going on, everybody? Woo! Oh, that was me surfing out there. And hold on, I wasn't ready for that. I had no idea when that was going to end. That ended. I did not see that. Maybe you saw that. That was a little surf session for me.
4759 asks, it just started?
You're literally the first person to hop on. It just started. And I'm here with my fancy voiceover microphone. People keep requesting that I do the whole show with this voice right here. Hey, baby. Welcome to the Blind Surfer Show. Yo, hold on. I got too many microphones on at once. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. I keep reaching for a microphone that's not there. This is what it's like to do it live. When you're a blind guy, and you don't exactly know how the studio is set up because it all got moved around. We got the chat rolling. We got some music playing. We got me here. We're going to be talking to you guys, getting some chat messages rolling in, maybe taking some phone calls. Probably going to get off this microphone in a minute because it's so sensitive. But it does help my level of sexiness.
Said, I'm in Hampton, Virginia right now to visit my new niece Lorelei.
Well, hello, new niece Lorelei. Welcome to the world.
4759 said nice.
Nice. Yeah, you guys are early. Giving my mods a little bit of a heart attack by starting up the show extra early, and they didn't expect it. Oh, I know this is so hard because I only have one of my hands is holding this microphone. Let's see if we can do this.
Welcome to the Blind Surfer Show.
There we go. I need all my hands to run this show. There's so much stuff going on all the time. But yeah, I'm here. I'm Pete. Sam the chicken is off to my left.
And Bernetti said, man, that voice.
Thank you.
My legs quiver.
Well, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Adductic Goose asks Pete.
Yeah?
How's today?
Today's pretty good. Today was pretty busy. But the Stanley Cup final is over. A new winner has been crowned. Taking a little bit off of my plate. I was doing a whole bunch of stuff for the NHL. And then I get a little bit of time in the summer. And then I'm the voice of a bunch of NFL broadcasts, so I'll be doing a whole bunch of stuff for the NFL when that starts up. That is my favorite sport. It's like an honor and it's exciting to like work for the NFL.
Said I gotta go.
Oh, well.
Lovejoy and Michael said he misses the calls.
Well, thank you for stopping by. Sorry you guys missed the calls.
Burger 4759 said, can I get SK?
I don't know what get SK means. What does it mean to get SK? Oh man. Hold on, there we go. Yeah, so...
And Andrea Ewert 7204 said hi.
Said hi. Thank you for saying hi. I was thinking about this earlier today. Actually, I got a little something to demonstrate it for you. I was thinking about the very first time that I went live on the radio as an adult. And it was like it was a disaster. Like, it was embarrassingly bad. My first job, I was 18 years old, and I had an internship at a talk radio station, and they hooked me up with a news station that was doing traffic reporting. And I'm 18 years old. I'm legally blind at the time. I'd never driven a car because my eyesight was never good enough to drive a car. Yet I got a job telling everybody in the Boston area what the traffic was like and how bad it was going to be and how they should be avoiding it and everything, doing traffic reporting. And because my eyesight was so bad at the time, everybody else used to write little notes. Like they'd basically write out their whole traffic report. This is like caveman times when they didn't even have like computers at the station. Like, we had them, but everybody was still like handwriting notes. And they told me, they're like, yeah, just write out your notes and then do your report. And I'm like, I can't even read my own handwriting at this stage of my life. My vision is so bad, but I gotta kind of remember what's going on somehow. So I started by taking this giant magic marker and I would write down in huge letters, like little reminders to myself. Here, I tried to make an example, but I don't even know. I didn't have somebody check it, so I'm not even sure if the damn thing was working. The marker was working. So I would write something like this, and it was like big enough for me to read, and it would indicate, it would be Pike eastbound, check mark meant okay. So I'd like look at that page and I'd be like, as you're traveling eastbound on the Pike, it's clear sailing as you're heading from 495 past 128 right on to the city of Boston. Smooth sailing, no troubles on the Pike. And then I'd like flip to the next thing and I'd write, This is supposedly, these are the wrong sheets. This is going to be kind of embarrassing, but it's like 93 northbound, and there's like an X. So it was like a note that I had to remember what the problem was. It'd be like, but if you're traveling northbound to the city on 93, there's a problem, an overturned tractor trailer at Dorchester Avenue. So give yourself a little bit of extra time as you're heading up from the Braintree split right on into the city of Boston, probably about a 25 minute delay there. So these are the notes that I would write, like just kind of remind myself what I should say. But the very first time I went on air, and I was live, it was so nerve-wracking. Actually, I can give you a demonstration. It was so nerve-wracking that I was sitting there with my pieces of paper, and I had them like all ready to go. I'm looking at them, and I'm shaking, like literally. Like, I don't know if you can hear it on the microphone, but I'm like shaking as they're going to me, and I'm listening in my earbud, and they're like finishing up the weather, and they're like, and now for the traffic, here's Pete Gustin in the WBNW Weather Center, and I couldn't make my mouth work. Like I was trying to, my mouth was dry. I was like trying to swallow, trying to get a hold of myself, just trying to like figure out what I was going to say, how I was going to start it. And I kind of blanked on my own. I was like, I don't even remember what these things mean. And it wasn't that long, but I listened back to it. It was called an air check. You can listen back to what you did on air. It was like 4 or 5 seconds, and all you heard was the papers rustling. And they didn't hear me. So they like, okay, well, next we're going to go to the news stories of the day, going to John Davis in the news center. And like, I just missed it. I missed my opportunity. And what an opportunity for my boss at the place. It was called Metro Traffic. What an opportunity for that guy to be like, can't believe I took a shot hiring some stupid half-blind 18-year-old kid to do the traffic, and you missed your first report. That's what I was expecting. I was expecting to get yelled at like big time. But he comes over to my station. We all had our own little station. He's like, all right, he couldn't watch. He wasn't like hovering over my shoulder. There was a bunch of people doing a bunch of reporting all at the same time. And he finally made his way over to me, and he's like, how was your first report? And I was just going to say like, good. I was going to tell him like, went pretty good, because I didn't think he'd do the air check. And like, but I didn't want to start off by lying. So I'm just like, I missed it. And I was totally expecting to be like walked out and be like, well, thanks for coming. Nice trying. But to his credit, he just said, all right, get him next time. He didn't even ask for an explanation. I think he knew. I was just like crapping my pants. And I was just like this teenage kid being put on the air in Boston. I just got into my head, like just all these people were going to be listening to me. And I was like, oh no. And he's like, all right, just get him next time. I was like, wow, that was like really nice in retrospect. I mean, it could have gone so badly. Like he could have just walked me out. My career could have been over. I had to start somewhere. I started as a traffic reporter. That was just me getting on air. I started as a traffic reporter. Eventually I got a job as a DJ on Cape Cod doing the Saturday night Pixie Party with Pete. I had a radio show, WTBU at Boston University, for a very short period of time. And then eventually I kind of decided that I wanted to become a voice actor and get into voice acting. And slowly, but surely made my way into that business, 10, 13, 15, 18 years of practicing voiceovers before I got into that. But, all kind of started with me doing traffic on WBNW in Boston, missing because I was too scared, shaking scared, my very first session ever. So those are my origins. I'm here with you tonight. Let's see if I got this thing working. So many things. Uh-oh.
Are you released at the 3251?
Let's see here. What do I got going on? That's the text messages. If I got hi YouTube. Hold on. So TTS controls. Now I'm going to skip to current message. Oops, skip to current message.
Name drag 0 and says hi.
Hi, what's going on? And then pause TTS. No, I'm going to get that. Show the chat feed. Yeah. So if you guys want to send any messages in, they can get right on that little thing right there. I think I started the show a few minutes before my mods showed up. I was trying to start it even earlier, but of course, technical issues always abound around here. It took me an extra like 10, 15 minutes just to get everything up and running.
Wrangler 4963 says moo to you.
Moo to me. Why am I getting a moo? I mean, if you're trying to, what is it? The chicken makes a different noise than a moo. He goes, let's see. Ready? That is different than a moo. That is not a moo noise. That is a.
Sarah Iles says mods are overrated.
Mods are.
Angel 3 Fry says Pete the tech expert.
I know. At this point, I feel like
411 says what software do you use to have all the comments in one feed?
So that is, you should see it up on the screen right now. Hold on, let me address all those. Mods are definitely not overrated. I've had some issues before with the chat getting a little bit out of control, and it's also nice that I have mods that can like answer the repeating questions for me and handle the trolls and stuff like that. So we got Sarah, we got Joni, and Devil's Advocate usually is in the YouTube, but apparently Devil's is no internet on the farm, so she's not there tonight. And then Dank MF Angel holds down Twitch all by himself over there. And still have some hopeful news coming on Twitch soon that I'll be able to announce. But I love all my mods, and the thing that I'm using to get all the messages, all the chat messages over there. Whoop, and there's a super chat starting us up for the evening.
At SarahCam7808 tip $3 through
Speaking
super
of
chat.
Sarah,
Good evening, Pete and chat.
good evening, Pete and chat. Sarah, appreciate the super chat there. That's how that works. If you do $3 or more, it'll play instantaneously right away. Interrupt me, and then Gregory, the text over or the voiceover text guy, will just start talking. It's $3 or more for YouTube. It's 200 bits on Twitch to get the same result. That'll start yapping at you. And the software that I'm using to aggregate all of the messages from all the platforms I'm on is called Caster Labs. You can't get this one, the one that I'm showing you, the mobile version. The person that runs Caster Labs made it just for me because I told them that it was not possible for me to do the desktop one.
7204 says good evening.
Good evening.
Sarahcam 7808 says good evening everyone.
Good evening, everyone.
Kalakula 2 says bigger loser.
Well, that's not nice. Who's a bigger loser? Starting off with some kind words right there.
Sarahcam 7808 says a bit busy tonight, so we'll be in and out.
In and out. That's good.
Sarah Wild says you need to come to the UK and surf the Severn Boar.
The
Huxley 14 says
UK
hi.
is I've never surfed outside of the United States before. UK is I heard some news. Well, I heard some news. I told people the news today because I was reading the promos that the UK, or at least England, I guess it's England, passed a rule saying that kids under the age of 16 will not be able to go on social media starting next year. I just heard about that. And you'd think as a social media person, like maybe I should be like, no, I need all those young fans. But I don't know. I don't know if it's like, I don't know if people care. I mean, I feel like that might be coming to the United States soon. I feel like it's happening in Canada. I think it's happening either Austria or Australia. There's like a bunch of places where they're going to be banning kids under the age of 16 from going online. And I don't know. I feel like social media. I'm kind of glad that I grew up when there was no social media. I don't. And out here in California, there are so many parents that are like giving their kids a head start by starting up social media accounts from. There's so many like little kids, like 9, 10, 11, 12-year-old little surfer kids that have their own channel and pretty good followings on them. But to me, it's crazy because like it's such a hit or miss business, if you want to call it a business, but it's a hit or miss thing where like, if you got a little kid and they're like, got a really popular surf channel and things are going really well, then you can show them like, hey, 100,000 people checked out your surf video yesterday. That's cool. But then if the kid starts to like get used to it and starts to expect it, and then inevitably the numbers are going to go down. Like you don't always like, I mean, I've experienced it. It's just ebbs and flows and ebbs and flows. And let me see what's going on here. Super chat.
At FroBeverGra4759 tip $10 through super chat.
Thank you. Very generous.
Can I get some advice? I
Yeah.
try to summarize.
Okay.
Chatting with my GF yesterday. We were talking about us. She's an independent woman, single mom. We've been together for 2 years.
Oh man. See, I think you're going to have to put the rest of it. When you do a super chat or when you do a Twitch thing, you can't,
Sargina who says mods.
you can't do
Sarahcam
something super long.
7808 says red heart.
So, here's more of it. Okay.
At
FroBeverGra4759
FroBeverGra4759 tip $10 through super chat.
Whoa, that's a lot.
Via text, I said, I know you are able to do it, but if we get married, I will contribute. I'll cook, pay bills, but she took offense, saying that she feels that I've been doing her a favor.
Oh, geez, I missed the. So I feel like I missed the middle of that. Let me see if the rest of it.
Huxley 14 says hi again.
Hi again. Hold on.
Mamajo 411 says the idea getting kids off social media is nice, but how they are enforcing is a major privacy concern. At Lenny
Oh,
Nelson High Five Sai says, could you do the Optimus Prime voice?
no. So
At
that
XX
was
Cross 1995 XX says never caught your live before.
well.
Love your
Thank you.
videos.
Thank you for hopping in tonight. I
Sunrose 8
appreciate
says
it.
he IP'd.
Hiya. I think I'm going to try and answer from what I'm gathering right there. And geez, guys, I feel like I need to fill in some of the blanks.
Never caught your live before. Love your videos.
Hold on. Let me see. Oops,
At Lenny Nelson High Five Sai. At Lenny Nelson High Five Sai. At Lenny Nelson High Five Sai. Pugsley 14 says okay.
Okay.
Moncologist says hi.
Hi. They just says hi. It just says hi.
Angel 420 says hey everyone.
I think if I can,
At Reamer 4978 says love you sweet Sarah.
what up, Ruby? If I can take a guess as to what's going on right there, it sounds like someone, possibly blind or with a disability, getting into a relationship with someone that's not. And I've done a couple of videos about this before. It is, there's this sense of when you're I'll talk about it from my perspective. Whenever I was in a relationship with another girl, I never dated a girl that had any visual disabilities or disabilities whatsoever. So I was always the disabled one in the relationship. And I felt like I needed to bring extra things to the table. Beyond like being good company, I'd try and be extra helpful. I've always tried to cover every bill all the time. This is something that I decided early on. I was going to try and make as much money as I could to try and live as independent life as possible and try and, make the life of the significant other that I'm with as good as possible. So it's not just burdensome. Like I can't just have, Banana and I are married now, and I can't just have her being like, because there's a lot of things I can't do. And I've mentioned this before. Like, I can't do the yard work. I wouldn't be very good at it. I could clean, I could try and clean, but I can't really see if it's clean. So, I pay for a gardening service, lawn service. I pay for cleaning ladies. I pay for a pool boy. And, in that respect, I try and bring a little bit of ease to her life. But that's not every day of the week. She's also out there gardening and she's cleaning and she's, cooking and doing stuff. So, I'm always kind of conscious of trying, and this is, people say a relationship shouldn't be about, keeping score and stuff like that. But the more people I meet that have disabilities, the more it's hard to get it out of
At
your head.
Fobever 4759 tipped $5 through Super Chat.
Yep.
Ask questions. I was trying to summarize to the best of my ability. Not disabled.
Oh, okay. Not just well. See, now I'm getting. I'm gonna have to get this one offline. Maybe if you want to email the whole thing to me, because you're spending
At
a
Wednesdays
fortune.
now tipped $10 through
Ooh,
Super Chat.
Thank you.
Hanging out with you while I load the trailer for our move.
Nice.
Thanks for keeping me company.
Moving's the worst. All right. So if I'm not answering the question that you were asking, you can email, because the super chat is just for like quick little things like that. You can email blindsurfershow@yahoo.com. Hit up blindsurfershow@yahoo.com. You can go as long as you want. That's an email. And then I'll try and answer that thing. But the question I was trying to answer was, it's always in my head, trying to keep the relationship equal. It's just kind of, I feel like it's a natural thing. Like she has to make up for things that I can't do, but I try and make up for things that she can't do. So we end up trying to make it equal that way, but it's something that's always in my head. As for the person who says I'm keeping them company as they're trying to move, moving sucks. Like moving is the worst. I used to move. I was like holding the world record for moving when I was in college and in Boston. I kept like doing better and better in my career. Even when I was in college, I was working kind of full time doing radio and production and writing and stuff. And every year I was like, ooh, I can get a different place. Ooh, I can get a different place. And I kept like breaking leases. It was like 1-year leases, and I'd leave after 10 or 11 months. So I was like, ooh, I can afford a different place. And I lived in like 19 places over the course of like 12 years in Boston, and I like never got good at moving. Like I still remember when we were moving from Boston to California, Boston to San Diego, which of course is a massive move. So that's got its own complications. But I started so far ahead of time. I started putting stuff in boxes like 6 weeks before the move, and I was casually like just putting, I'll put this in the box, I'll put that in the box, and I'm gonna turn up my notifications, so if I do get that whole message coming through from that very generous super chatter, I can listen to it and answer it. But it came down to the night before the move, and all of a sudden you start going through your closets and you start like, opening drawers, and you start walking around finding other things and other things. You're like, oh my God, I didn't even, you get all the big stuff done, but there's like still just boxes and boxes and boxes. I stayed up the whole night before the move into the next day. The movers were arriving. I was still throwing stuff in boxes. Moving is the worst. I don't envy you. So I'm keeping you company during your move. Hopefully you're more efficient at it than I am, and you get it done. Maybe if you get it done during the show, that'd be pretty impressive. For me, it took me 6 weeks and a couple of overnights to get it all done. When we moved out here, the move to San Diego was so bad and so difficult, and nothing went right. We got out here, my studio wasn't done. I didn't even, I was not supposed to take time off for the move. I got on a plane on a Friday with Banana and Superdog, and I told all my clients that I'd be able to start voicing stuff on Monday. I was supposed to be able to start voicing stuff on Monday, but my studio wasn't built. It wasn't done. Wasn't even close. And what I was doing was I was in the next room over from here, and I was in a closet. I didn't even have my soundproofing material. That hadn't arrived yet. I was just throwing construction material like cardboard and some just random crap over me. So I was kind of trying to create a soundproof barrier, and I'd sit in the closet all day with a portable microphone, recording into my iPhone and doing voiceovers. And it was super hot because the other thing that was screwed up was that the HVAC in the house had been wired backwards. So the heat was the hot and the hot was the cold, and no matter what you did, you couldn't get it right. And it was always hot in here. So it was like 90 degrees. I'm in a closet by myself, hiding beneath construction material, trying to do voiceovers. And like basically nothing, none of our furniture had arrived. They said it would take 8 to 10 days, and it took 12 days. Laying in the master bedroom on the floor. Banana was there, Superdog was there. And I remember thinking, like, if I could just wave a magic wand, if I could like snap my fingers, I would go back. Like, I was so excited to move from Boston to San Diego. I just was super excited to get out here. It was a big, exciting move, a new life event and stuff. But on like night 5 of spending 12 to 14 or 16 hours a day in the closet beneath cardboard construction material, because it was taking me forever to do my reads. Like, if I got like a real studio and a real booth, like I'm actually pretty fast and I can do it all pretty quickly. But when you're stuck underneath a bunch of cardboard, and I'm trying to work on like a little iPhone using text to speech, it was taking forever. I basically finished every day kind of in tears. And it wasn't until the second week that I finally got to get out of the house, and Banana and I walked down to the beach, and we put our toes in the ocean. I was like, okay, all right, I think we can do. I think I can make this work. But it was the worst move in history. Hopefully yours is going better. Blindsurfershow@yahoo.com if you want to send me an email, by the way, if we're going to try and address that whole long text to speech thing, or the super chat thing that I did not get. I do have the chats rolling over here on this screen, hopefully.
Love your videos. I'm so sorry you have Angel 3 Fry says I think can. I think I can.
I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. That's maybe related to the move. I mean, if you can, good for you. Oh, I cut myself off mid thought before, because I was talking about social media and like, because
Magoo says, hey Pete,
yo,
not sure I have ever heard this question, but do you cook at all? If so, do you have a favorite dish to make?
oh God, a favorite dish to
Sunrose 8
make.
says the only things more stressful than moving according to science is losing a loved one and divorce.
Really? Is that true?
5238 says, and then you realize if I'm in San Diego.
Yeah, I mean, that was the good thing.
Says, do you get to see your family often since you don't travel often to the east?
No, I haven't been back to the east. I haven't been back to the east in 10 years since I moved out here. I actually haven't had vacation time. 1 or 2 days here or there. I usually try and take Banana's birthday as an excuse to take a little bit of time off. So I haven't been back to the East Coast to see my family in 10 years. They've come out to visit me a handful of times, which has always been appreciated. Do I cook? That's been asked a lot, like a lot of questions about that. People are fascinated with that. I mean, I suppose I could if I had to. I mean, I guess I could figure it out. But basically, because my work days are so hectic and so difficult, and I generally can't get a lot of time to do anything, I suppose I could prepare the night before. But what I do is I pay for a service called Factor 75, and they make fresh meals. It's better than having like frozen stuff. But they make fresh meals, and all you have to do is put it in the microwave for 3 minutes. And for me, I have a touchscreen microwave, but Banana put a little dot. Ooh, that was a frightening noise. I think it's a Twitch notification.
Chicken Eater 37 just followed.
Oh, whatever, chicken. I mean, what's up, chicken eater? Okay, so that's good to know. That's ooh. Twitch is going. Twitch got some fun noises tonight. What up, chicken eater?
Chris underscore on pause just followed.
Oh, we got chicken eater and Chris underscore pause following. Okay, so I was told about that. We've been upgrading some stuff on the Twitch side. So I guess when you follow me on Twitch, that noise happens, and I think there's probably some little picture that shows up in the upper right on your screen. I think it's probably, if memory serves, I asked them to put Steve up in the picture. When you subscribe, if you subscribe to me on Twitch, you get an even better picture. Well, depending on what you're into, but it's me riding a banana in the pool. So thank you for the follows on Twitch. I appreciate that. So what Banana did is she put a little dot, like a tactile dot, something I can feel on my microwave. That's a YouTube follow. Thanks for that. And so I just press above that 3 times, and that's the start button, which indicates if I hit the start button 3 times, it's a 3-minute go. And look at that. We got all sorts of Twitch action going on. Thank you for the action on Twitch tonight. Appreciate it.
Bamajo 411 just followed.
Bamajo 411 just followed. So if you follow me on Twitch, if you want to follow me on Twitch, you can get your name mentioned by the fancy robot guy. And then you make me very excited as I'm continuing to try and grow Twitch because they've been very nice to me and supportive, as you can tell by all these cool new notifications that they helped me set up. So what I do is I press the button 3 times and the meal gets heated up, and then I just try and eat the banana hates. Whoa, what was that one? That's a crazy noise. What was that?
Sarah Wild gifted 1 subscriptions to the community.
That's very nice. Someone just gifted a subscription. Look at that. You guys being all nice to each other and stuff. I appreciate all the action on Twitch and all the fun noises. The noises are exceptionally loud in my headphones. Hopefully not for you, for you guys. I'm curious I wonder what the picture was for someone gifting a subscription. I think a gifted subscription is just like their normal like little box or something like that. Maybe, I'm not sure. But she Banana hates eating lunch with me because I eat like as fast as I can at lunch. Like I'm like gobble, trying to just eat and like shovel the food down my throat as fast as I can, because all the voiceovers that come into me, all the requests like have to be done immediately, like within like 5 minutes, like 3 minutes, 5 minutes tops. So I'll just be sitting there trying to eat my lunch. You know, there's some good meals from Factor. I wasn't expecting all this excitement and action. It's kind of messing the flow of the story, but I love it.
Mine a Big Bow just followed.
What do you got? Mine a Big Bow? Mine a Big Bow. It's like, hey, there you go.
Nazimatahan just subscribed.
There you go. So the subscription, that shows me, I believe I'm riding a banana. I think I'm riding a banana if someone subscribes to me. I'm riding a banana. Ooh, that's a
hype train started.
All right, so we got a hype train started, which I still don't exactly understand, but I believe the more you guys do on Twitch right now, if you do subscriptions, if you send some bits, if you do some follows, the hype train gets like more and more hyped up and excited, and then Twitch likes you more and gives you some rewards and gives me some rewards. So if you ever wanted to do anything on Twitch, you should do it right now while the hype train is going. And I will get through this story, I swear to God. I wonder if it's fun for you guys to watch me get distracted and try and work around all this stuff, or if it's disturbing to you guys. Last weekend, or last Thursday, I was on the duck outside. I was floating around in a rubber duck, if anybody caught that show. And I just let the texts go basically nonstop. And I was wondering if it was like bothering you guys that... there we go. There's some more excitement.
Says it's very fun for me watching
Sarah Wild gifted 2 subscriptions
Thanks,
to the
Sarah
community.
Wild. Appreciate that. All right, so yeah, I was on the rubber duck last week. I just let the text to speech go.
THX for the gift sub.
Yeah, thank you very much for dropping the gift sub.
7808 says bye, Nicholas. Hope
Bye,
you feel better soon.
Yeah, bye, Nicholas. Hope you feel better soon.
Says,
And thank you for I don't know. I think the hype train only lasts for like 2 or 3 minutes, and I have no idea if it's gone already or not. But if you're going to do anything on Twitch, do it now at Pete Gustin. One of these days, I'm going to make a hype train like reach its goal, whatever that means. Look at this excitement. I'm so excited this evening. Banana would be going nuts.
Raisin Hearted just followed.
Thanks, Raisin Hearted. Raisin Hearted. I love hearing the usernames, if I'm even getting them right. And thank you for making, I think it's Steve's head appears when you guys do the follow. So anytime Steve can make an appearance, because I don't let him into this actual studio because he'd just knock absolutely everything over. I did change this camera up, or at least I asked them to have it changed up. It used to be all red. I guess like there was really strong red tones, and now it's not red, but maybe it's still a little overexposed. Whatever. That's the side view. This one I'm told looks really good, and I am going to get through the story. I swear to God. So I have like 3 to 5 minutes to get a voiceover, not just like not like responding to the voiceover, but 3 to 5 minutes to get it done. Like I have to have the voiceover read, completed, back to the company that was requesting it. So when I get a request for voiceover, if I'm sitting there eating my lunch, like usually like what the hell did I have today? Like Gouda chicken with green beans, which is like friggin' healthy and whatever, but it was decent. I'm sitting there and I'm like taking a bite, and all of a sudden it's like voiceover request from one of my clients. I literally have to take the food, shove it in the microwave, because if I don't shove it in the microwave, then Steve or even Skylar, little 9.5 pound dog, is going to hop up on the counter and steal it from me, which I have had happen. Like the little one sometimes just jumps up on the counter. She's like, gobble, 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 gobble. Like she eats my whole damn meal sometimes. Um, and so I have to run upstairs. Well, I'm just making sure I got something set up. There we go. I have to run upstairs and get the voiceover done, and then I come back downstairs and I try and finish my lunch. And Banana, she tries to eat next to me sometimes, and she's like, "Your lunch is so damn stressful. Like, usually I can get through it with like one interruption, but you just never know how many interruptions there's going to be. Like, it could be 2, it could be 4, it could be 5 interruptions before I actually get to finish my meal." So I'm sitting there trying to eat like as fast as I can. And then, running up and running down. She's like, I can't even watch you do this. So this is a long answer to the question, do I cook? And what is my favorite thing to cook? I never got into cooking. To me, cooking it's like a time equation. Like I don't want to spend more time cooking something than I will eating it. And I never really enjoyed it. Plus, as my vision was fading, I was just never really good at, a lot of people are like, oh, you just eyeball it. You see how brown the meat is, or you can see if it's getting cooked well. And I'm like, well, I can't. And then I'm working around flames and stuff and hot stoves. So I do not do cooking. Um, I've helped out from time to time on the grill, I guess. I kind of grab a spatula and feel around for a hot dog and try and roll it over once or twice, or a hamburger and try and feel it and flip it, which is always like petrifying. I'm like, please don't flip the thing and make it land like on the ground or just off the grill or something like that. Again, it all depends where you want to put your efforts, what you want to do. Like, could I cook? Yeah, I'm sure I could. And I'm sure like a great blind cook could probably also become a blind surfer, but it all depends on where you put your time and effort. I just never really enjoyed cooking, so I do not do a lot of it. 7:07 p.m. Chicken Eat at 37. Follow me on Twitch. Let me head back over to the screen that's showing the text messages. Yeah, there was like a whole bunch of excitement on Twitch for like a moment or two.
411 says, or you could just get a $5 rotisserie chicken from Costco.
Yeah, I've done that before too.
Said hi.
Hi, what's going on? The what's my favorite rotisserie chicken? I think the barbecue one. I like the barbecue rotisserie chicken. Is my favorite one.
Now Mike 69 says, still can't believe how much of a dick that one guy was to you when you were out surfing for being in his way.
Yeah, he wasn't a super great guy. That's part of. I use like a 5-second clip of it in my long form video today called what did it say? Like a lunatic surfer tackled me. Surfing Blind episode 6 is out today. I'm hoping it breaks 1,000 views. The shorts, which was actually be kind of a record for me in a long form video. My shorts usually go 10,000 to 1,000,000, and the long forms usually go like 200 to 1,200. So hopefully some people watch that one. Rotisserie chicken. Yeah, I like dark meat. I'm a big dark meat fan. So usually if I get a rotisserie chicken, and I keep hearing like mixed things, like they're either not good for you or they are good for you, or they're all hormones, or they're like baby chickens, or I don't know what you're supposed to believe about rotisserie chicken. But like I said, big fan of dark meat. So I'll just like grab the drumsticks, be like yank, like just rip those things off, which I feel a little bit like a caveman, especially with the barbecue one. You just get like all that sauce on your legs and kind of yank it off. And then the wings, you take the wings off the rotisserie chicken, but that's literally like a nibble, 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 nibble. There's like just not that much to it whatsoever. But I usually do 2 drumsticks, and then I'll order some like pre-made macaroni salad or something like that. Vegetable. What would I do for a vegetable in that case? A bagged salad maybe, or maybe does cucumber count as a vegetable? I like cucumbers. I like tomatoes. I like tomato salad. So that is, I mean, it's a pretty decent meal right there. I forgot to open the door I got a gate over there and a little tiny door for tiny little Skylar to sneak in. and I think she's trying to get in, but I forgot to open the tiny little door, so she's stuck there. And Steve's probably harassing her right now as she thought she'd be able to get in here,
At
but
now
she
Mike
can't.
69 says honestly if you're having a high protein meal like that it has super high satiety so it tends to be healthy regardless.
All right, that's good to
At
know.
Sneakcast 2020 says G Day from Australia.
Good day from
Amajo
Australia.
411 says all chicken is hormone free by FDA law.
Is that true?
Dank
I didn't
Angel
know that.
420 says tomato salad is a thing.
Yeah, tomato mozzarella salad. You put some oil in there, and you put some what is it? Leaves, mint leaves, tomato mozzarella, caprese salad. That's totally a thing. You never had that? It's like my favorite salad: tomato mozzarella salad, caprese,
I am
caprese,
says
whatever
I
you want
do
to
my
call it.
cooking by feeling. Example would be I know how hot I run the stove. I also have an idea how my meals sound like if sizzling is getting quieter and last I go by smell technically less reliable but I will know if it is burned.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely a thing.
Angel
Like it's.
420.
Oh, I just muted that one by accident. It's definitely. I'm sure that I could figure out how to cook blind. I just don't have any desire to do it. I'd rather just have it done, have it ready, go out to eat. We eat out a lot. Banana and I eat out a lot. You know, one of the things I can bring to the table. It's we were talking about a little bit earlier. Like, what can I do? I can provide the fact that we can go out and try different meals and get out of the house. You know, it's like important for me to get out of the house. You know, it's not just for her. It's super important for me. Like I'm sitting in that booth all day, every day, 10, 12 hours a day. And then like, yeah, I'd like to get out. I want to get out of here and we'll just go. We went to a place. Oh my God. We went to a place this weekend. So San Diego area and everything's getting like, I think people around the country thought San Diego was already built up. It's getting built up more, like more and more fancy places are getting built around here. Like I moved into what was originally like a small little beach town, kind of quaint, kind of cute. And now they're putting all these like Michelin star restaurants and fancy places in here. And Banana and I decided to try out a restaurant in a fancy hotel down the street. Forget the name of it. Vega is the name of the restaurant. And it's apparently built into a cliff. The whole hotel is built into a cliff. And as we were approaching it, she was describing it to me. She said it looked like a prison, but apparently what they were trying to do is they were trying to make the hotel look like it blended with the cliff. So it's like all the same colors and everything. So we went to the hotel. We had the car valet park because that's the only way you could park there. And then we walked up 2 or 3 flights of stairs and we sat down in their outside seating area, and Banana had a view of the ocean. It was like, there was a cliff. You're just looking right over the ocean. And she said it was beautiful and stuff. I obviously couldn't see it. We had breakfast. So we each had like one fun breakfast drink. She didn't even eat. She got a salad. I got a muffin sandwich, an English muffin sandwich that had like sausage, egg, and like a few different vegetables and stuff on it. And it was $109 for each of us to have one drink, her to have a salad, and me to have an English muffin. And that was before the tip, and it was like a fancy place. They had to give like a halfway decent tip because I don't know. It's just, and I was like, oh my God, who needs to spend that much to go out and get an English muffin? But it was an experience. We got to go out. We got to try something else. I mean, every once in a while it is nice to just stay at home and have a hamburger or a hot dog on the grill, but also other times it's fun. It's fun to go out. Blind surfing, right? I wonder what that question was. Can I? What's going?
Entire 940 Sunrose 8. Is Banana going to get back into surfing? I saw she got in the water not long ago after years of not surfing, right?
She did. She did get in.
Angel 420 says I think she is Sunrose.
Thank you, Dank MF Angel, for handling the
4433 says $109. WTF?
Yeah. And we were still,
Madahan says I eat too fast because of when I was trying to make everything on clock, but I moved different country and I got new job. I still eat fast, but I am not that stressed.
I eat. So when I go out, I'm always the last one to finish because I actually get to like take some time, and I actually feel bad sometimes. Like Brooks is a fast eater. Even Banana will finish her thing quicker than me because when we go out, I'm not like in such a rush. I'm like, I'm actually going to take some time with this. I'm gonna digest it. Banana has expressed interest in getting back into surfing, at least getting back out there with the board and trying to have some fun. Like, yeah, we played the video last week. She went out with her friend Bree and surfed San Onofre around here. I have been out of the water for the longest I've ever been out of the water since I started surfing. I have a shoulder impingement issue in my right shoulder. And before I'm allowed or supposed to get back in the water, not allowed, it's not like there's like a security guard keeping me out, but the smart thing to do is to build up all the stabilizer muscles around my shoulder, because there's some medical stuff for you. The ball of my shoulder no longer fits into the socket very good, and it kind of wiggles around in there, which is gross. And it's also extraordinarily painful. So the last time I surfed, the shoulder ball kind of ground a bunch of tendons and rotator cuff stuff and caused a lot of problems. Let's see what this one
You
is.
can fly 2,570 blocks. A liter just followed.
That's you can fly. You can fly 2570 U blockers cylindrica, whatever that was. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it very much. That is a Twitch follow. If you want to do 200 bits or more on Twitch, you can have the message read out loud. If you follow or subscribe, that sounder will play, and then you'll see some fun graphics up in the top right portion of the screen or something like that. So I think it would be more fun if Banana and I could get into the water together. Not to say that she can't go with her friends, but I think once my shoulder fully gets healed up, and I'm really hoping it gets healed up by this weekend, because what's this weekend? What's this weekend? Oh, there's a super chat, and I'll tell you what's going to happen this weekend.
At Frobevergra4759 tipped $5 through Super Chat. I sent the email. It took me long because I needed to translate from Spanish to English.
Oh, let's see. Did I get the email? I did not get the email yet. blindsurfershow@yahoo.com. Oh, I wonder if maybe I have to like go into it. This is me navigating. Oops. Let's check out that Twitch notification in the meantime. It's going to say
Whale
something.
Vic just followed.
Whale Vic. I love that. Whale Vic, huh? Hopefully it said Whale Vic and not something else. I'm trying to get into my Yahoo email. blindsurfershow@yahoo.com. Aha! Oh wait, no, that's not it. No, that's Peyton. And all right, so it hasn't arrived yet. blindsurfershow@yahoo.com. Still waiting on that message. I don't know why it would be taking that long, but it is apparently taking that long. So this weekend, I'm really hoping to get back into the water because my birthday is on Sunday. And it's so funny. Like a lot of people, like you celebrate your birthday. You're like a grown adult. Like why do you celebrate your, I know. It's like I'm a big giant 9-year-old or something and I celebrate my birthday. However, I always try and do, if I'm ever allowed to get out of the studio for more than a day, I do that around Banana's birthday. And we try and take a little trip, a day trip, sometimes 2 whole days. And we try and go to a place where she likes to go. Her favorite thing to do is hiking. So we try and do some little hiking adventure. We've been to Yosemite, we've been to Idlewild, and I try and take some time around her birthday. But for my birthday, what I like to do every year is I like to try and get my friends together and have a birthday surf. So hopefully people will be able to show up, and hopefully my stupid right shoulder will work and I'll be able to go out and surf with people this weekend. But we always do a big pool party at my house, and we eat my favorite thing in the whole wide world. Banana was actually ordering the catering today. We do ribs. I get 2 different kinds of ribs, like baby back, and then some dry rub one as well. And then she usually orders barbecue chicken, which other people seem to like. Like I'm okay with barbecue chicken. I could kind of take it or leave it. Mostly I just like ribs. For my birthday, I could literally just sit around and eat ribs all day. So surf in the morning, have all my friends come over and hang out with me, but I don't take the day off from work, which isn't usually a big deal, especially if it's on a weekend. And this year, my birthday is on a weekend. But I remember last year, it was like pretty late into the day. We'd been having quite a bit of fun. And I'm always wearing an Apple Watch that will notify me when I'm getting a voiceover request. And I was in the pool and I felt the watch vibrating. And I had to go, like, there was water in the speaker, so I couldn't hear what the heck I was saying. But I had to go over to my actual phone and listen to it. And one of my clients is like, there's some breaking news. We need you to read it. And I'm like, okay. So I like dragged myself upstairs. I was like soaking wet from the pool. And I read some like really serious news. I think it was like some war had broken out, I think, or something rather serious. And then I went back down in the pool and hopped in, and I, had a birthday beverage, lemonade that I was drinking. And they're like, more news about the war. We need you to go upstairs. I got out of the pool like 4 different times. Like every time I got out, everyone was like, yay, like kind of mock cheering me to go up into my studio and read copy for some national news organizations to help do promos for the impending war. And, I was sitting there just like in the pool with my friends trying to do my birthday. So hoping it'll be a little quieter, a little more relaxing this weekend. I keep wondering whether or not I'm going to do a live show on my birthday or not. Sometimes I like to just enjoy my time off, and sometimes I like to spend it with you guys. So, I think my microphone is about to fall over. What did I just do?
Do you support the LGBTQ plus community? I love watching your video. Sending to all chats. Text field.
Sending to
Send.
all
Dim. Button.
chats. Okay, cool. What
Do
did I
you
just?
support the LGBTQ? YouTube. Do you support the LGBTQ plus community?
I,
Press on
I,
store on pause.
okay.
Twitch.
Stop talking. Okay. That is the chat machine that's supposed to be reading the chat messages as they come in. Oh, let's see if I can find the little cord. There it
At
is.
the toy collector Offsville 6428 says, why did the chicken cross the playground?
Why?
To get to the other slide.
Ah, it's a good one.
Presenterded says, oh Pete, the vid I was just shown of yours, these are not dog toys. Boo ha ha ha.
That's a good one.
At Frogelberger of 4759 says, he'll be back.
I'll be back. Yeah, you were the one that sent the email, which has not arrived. So
At Francesca Guerrero 1013 says, what advice do you have for TVIs and OMS? I'm learning how to become one.
what's a TVIs? I don't know what a TVIs is.
At LT Iron Fox says, I missed it. What day is your birthday?
My birthday is Sunday. Hold on, I'm gonna plug this thing in.
At
I'm gonna-
Super Cow 2 says, hey, Pete, how did you get into voiceover?
What up, Super Cow 2? I got into voiceover by getting into voiceover. I mean, it's a long process. I posted the entire process at voiceuniversity.com, but basically, long story short, without giving you all the details, is, one day you decide you want to be a voice actor, and then you start practicing and you start working at it, and you get some equipment and you start practicing and practicing and practicing, and eventually you start auditioning, and hopefully you get some work, and then maybe 10 years later, somebody'll pay you to do some voiceovers. It is a very long procedure. So I wanted to help some people out, because one of my most recent videos was talking about text to speech on the iPhone. And
7:21 p.m.
you can
Try
see let's see if I can open it here.
Passcode field. 04 values entered. Secure messages.
So
1300.
this is my phone with text to speech on it. And I've showed you this before.
ChatGPT.
There's ChatGPT. There's
76% battery power.
76% battery power.
ChatGPT.
Weather. There's the weather app, so I can navigate it by hearing what's on there. However, as you can probably tell, it's not as simple as touching. When you touch, it just tells you what app you're pressing. Like down here is probably going to be
Phone.
phone.
37 new items.
I've got 37 new items in my phone app. And in order to activate it, you have to press it and then hold it. And it completely freaks people out. Like completely freaks people out that are fully sighted. And all of a sudden voiceover is on. I had a bunch of messages on that video, people being like, as soon as text to speech got activated on my phone, I had to run to the Apple store and have them help me. I had to call tech support. I had to call the Android people. Like I didn't know what to do. If I'm always surprised about the problem solving skills of people at sometimes, but if for some reason your phone ends up in text to speech mode, here's what you do. Ready? It's called voiceover. Voiceover is the thing. So you hold down the side button, you activate Siri, and you say, turn off voiceover.
Okay, voiceover is now off.
It's now off. How hard was that? That was not very hard. All the people are like, oh my God, I can't use my phone anymore. This voiceover feature is on. There's other ways to do things on your phone. I guess maybe I'm more in tune with that than other people because I have to use my phone differently. I do use text to speech and all the other accessibility options and stuff like that. But you can always talk to Siri. And then if you want to turn it back on, this is another one. Someone messaged me today. They're like, what a useless feature. How could you possibly use that if you can't see it to turn it on? And I'm like, why would they create a feature that you needed a sighted person to help you turn it on? Like, obviously they thought of that. If it's a feature that helps blind and low vision people navigate their phone, they're going to have a way for blind and low vision people to turn it on. So along with just saying, turn it on, you can triple tap the power button. 1, 2, 3. Oop, did I do it fast enough? 1, 2, 3.
Voiceover off.
Oh, it was on. It was on. There we go. Triple tapped it, and yeah, it's on. And now it's on. So you can triple tap the side button.
Audible.
There's Audible. There's my Audible app. And then here's a fun one. How I say that blind people really have no privacy ever because all of our messages get read out loud. Like I'd be the worst secret keeper. I'd be like the worst cheater. Like, 'cause all my messages would just come through and everybody around me gets to hear what they say. They did create this one feature for privacy. So take 3 fingers when you're in voiceover mode. This is like tricky. People are like, I can't figure it out. Take 3 fingers and tap your screen 4 times.
Screen curtain on.
Screen curtain on. Now it looks like my phone is off, right? But
Weather.
Weather. That's the weather app. I can tap on it, and I could tell you the weather in my town.
67
It is
home, Carlsbad, 67 degrees Fahrenheit. Mostly sunny. High,
67
73 Fahrenheit.
degrees.
Low, 61 degrees Fahrenheit. Heading.
See, and it looks like I'm not doing anything. I could just be sitting there. I could have like an earpiece in, and I could be tapping around on my phone. Like, oh, let's see what the weather for my
Hourly
birthday
forecast.
is.
Cloudy conditions. Now, mostly
Let's
sunny.
see.
8 p.m. Sunset. Hourly.
Hold
10-day
on.
forecast.
10-day
10-day
forecast.
10-day forecast. Day. Mostly cloudy. High. Wednesday. Partly cloud. Thursday. Friday. Saturday. Mostly clear. High of 72. Low of 59.
72 on the day before my birthday.
Sunday. Mostly clear. High of 72. Low of 59.
High of 72, low of 59 on my birthday. And see, it doesn't even look like I'm doing anything. It looks like my phone is off. That is some sneaky privacy stuff right there. So then I want to get the screen curtain off, 3-finger quadruple tap.
Monday. Mostly clear. Screen curtain off.
And it's off. And now you can see it again. Isn't that amazing? That's so if you ever get yourself, if you're a sighted person and you ever get yourself stuck in voiceover mode, don't panic, don't pee your pants, don't run down to the Apple store. Just say, hey Siri, turn voiceover off. And that'll do the trick for you. You'll be saved. Oh.
Okay, I turned voiceover off.
See, easy as that. Just listen to me at all times. It's now off. I wanted to help out some of my my sighted friends there because a lot of people freaked out about that whole feature. They couldn't figure out how to get it off of their phone once they got it on. I mean, it definitely changes the whole way that your phone works. So I can see why they might freak out a little bit. Oh, you know what? I wanted to what did I keep? There's so many things here. Uh-oh.
Hey, Sarah. How you
There
doing
we
today, Pete? 67 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh,
You're
it's
still
still.
at $164,000. Ryan's gossip. How you doing today, Pete?
I'm doing good. Let's see what's going on here. Bear with me. There's a lot of
At Ryan's
technology
gossip at
going on.
105. YouTube. At Now Mike's, there's still that $164,000 question about when you YouTube.
Oh, what was
At
the
Ryan's
one?
gossip at 105.
What was the $64,000 question?
How you doing today, Pete?
I'm doing good, but what was the $64,000 question? That one's
I am
from
Raghu.
Twitch. I am Raghu.
I like to turn the screen curtain on when I use voiceover. It saves power with the screen off. YouTube.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm not like super concerned about saving power on my phone, but I guess that is one of the features of it. It does save some power. What was the damn
I am
$64,000
Magoo
question?
says, I know you like your sharp things. Would I be allowed to send you a sword for blind guy unboxing?
Oh man, I mean, if you were to send me a sword, I'd be psyched about that. I might retire my my knife, my knife / letter opener if you were to send me a
Says,
sword.
hi, Pete. Big love.
Hey, hola. I mean,
Sarah
how?
Wild says, so what you are saying is I shouldn't put screen curtain on my friends' phones for fun?
Oh, that would be kind of a
Sunrose8 says
fun
he's going
trick.
to be disappointed when he finds out what the $60,000 question is.
Oh well, then okay, I'll stop
At
looking for it, I
Sarahcam
guess.
7808 says, how's the channel doing, LT?
But yeah, if I were to get a sword in the mail, I would definitely be opening up lots of boxes with swords. I might have to do it like out here. At least out here, I got a little more. Let's see if I show you this view. See, I got a little bit of room to roam out here, but I don't have nearly as much room inside my booth. The video I posted, what was it, this Saturday with the spring-loaded tunnel, like that was more space than I could fit in the room.
4759 says the Gmail one was returned.
Well, there was no Gmail. I said send it to blindsurfershow@yahoo.com.
Montanumsinus 9352 says, I love your videos.
Thank you, I
I use
appreciate
voiceover
that.
myself. Are you
Nice.
excited about the new Siri features?
I don't know what the new
At
Siri
Sean
features
Savage
are.
Teaching says that is the most annoying voice ever. Do you get used to it?
Yeah.
Fangel
I mean, it's pretty
420
annoying.
says check state laws for the sword.
Oh, yeah,
At
okay.
Francesca Herrero
Good
1013
point.
says TVI is teacher of visually impaired.
Oh, I mean, do I have any advice for that? No. Like hold on, there was like 3 things I was trying to address there once. If you're trying to email me, it's blindsurfershow@yahoo.com. Blindsurfershow@yahoo.com. If you tried sending that to Gmail, that is why that bounced back and you didn't get it. Or I didn't get it. Yes, check state laws about mailing swords because someone mailed me some shurikens, which are Chinese throwing stars, and those are apparently illegal, but they did get here, so I'm not sure what to say about that. And does the text-to-speech get annoying? Yes, it gets highly annoying, but it's what I have to do. I mean, I could just sit here and talk nonstop for an hour and just listen to the sound of my own voice, but I like to be interactive, and so I have to deal with the text-to-speech voice, or I have to subject you guys to it as well. I mean, some people think it's fun; they get to type a message, and then all of a sudden they get to hear it coming out of the stream. Some people think it's kind of a fun feature. I mean, there is a way to upgrade the voice and make it more realistic, but it's not as stable. I'm getting into the technical stuff right now. I got to get this microphone to stand up. It's getting like droopier and droopier. Can I? No. I think I'm just gonna have to deal with it. But I am getting kind of starving, so I think I got a box of snacks somewhere around here.
It's time now for a blind guy taste test.
Yeah. All right. So this is, I don't know what this is, but I do know that Banana said she had no interest in it. This was, I don't know what the front is. I'll never know where the front is. Let's see if it opens this way. I bet you that's the front. So Banana said that she had no interest in this when I reached for this box last week. And that means to me that if she had no interest in it, it's probably going to be something that I
Snack
absolutely
time.
love because she and I have exact opposite
Sunrose 8
taste
says
buds.
yes, that's the front.
Oh, nice. All right, so that's the front, and let's see, this one it's from a box. It's a company called
B7Q says hi.
Hi. It's a company called Galactic Snacks, and they just like gather all these snacks from all around the world. I'm trying to enter it, open it gently. See, this is why I need my giant knife.
6428 says why do chickens lay eggs? Because
I
if
don't
they
know.
dropped them, they would break. At Frogelburger
If-
4759 says enjoy the snacks, yum.
Yeah, let's see. Let's
At
see what
Big
this
Chunk
is.
just says
It
I
is.
smell color.
I do
At
smell
LG Iron
color.
Fox says Sarah, my stream is doing great, but I feel it's disrespectful talking about my stream on Pete's stream.
Oh, jeez.
At
Hold
Joni
on.
BC says
I
all
almost
is fine,
knocked
just
over
my
the.
schedule is messed up.
Tell me about it. My schedule's always messed up. All right, so I had to mute the chat for a second because I want to focus. Oh, I can tell you what color this is. There are certain colors that you can just smell. And I know this. It was my favorite slush puppy flavor. It's my favorite Airheads flavor. And I don't know what this is. It's what are these little like pill shaped things? Maybe it's like a Mike and Ike, but I can almost guarantee you it's blue. Am I right? Is this blue? Yeah, man, some colors you can just smell. And I don't have synesthesia or whatever that is, where like I can taste colors and hear concepts. I just know what certain candies. Oh yeah, it's like blue raspberry, and it's like a sour blue raspberry. Yeah, tell me I'm wrong, and I'll eat the whole damn box because I can't be wrong. This is blue, right? Yeah, these are good. Oh, I love sour blue is my favorite flavor. Man, I would eat if every candy was sour blue, I'd be excited about it. When I was a little kid and I found slush puppy, they had the blue slush puppy. What else? Like the Richie's Italian Ice, or Lindy's Italian Ice you can get at the grocery store. The blue flavor of that is the best. And having a blue tongue is friggin' awesome. Like a red tongue is just weird, and like a green tongue, you look like kind of a creepazoid. But if you have some sort of blue candy and you got a blue tongue, like that's just fun. All right, let's see if the
At
chat's gonna
Francesca
confirm
Herrera
my
1013 says yes.
yes, it's
Gang
blue.
Angel 420 says even the box is blue.
The box is blue.
At
All right.
Katrina's Gang 03 says hi.
Hi. Sorry, I'm eating my blue candy here.
At Joni BC says yep, blue and synesthesia is a fun quirk of spicy brains.
Yeah, that is.
Dank Angel 420 says please don't spread misinformation, Sarah Ild.
Oh, okay. Don't be spreading misinformation. I don't like that. I wonder what it was. Now I'm gonna be.
At Katrina's Gang 03 says hi.
Hi.
At TJ Sheeble says you nailed it, but you can definitely eat the whole box.
In the
Sarah
whole box
Ild
would be
says
a
I
little
need to
difficult.
send you some Megasaurs.
What's a megasaur? Is it a blue candy? I mean, all right, I gotta stop eating these things because the one thing about a sour blue candy is it's kind of making me drool.
At Joni BC says blue tongue skink.
Blue
Sunrose 8
tongue
says
skink?
she said it was pink, but of course you were right and it's blue.
Oh, yeah, don't be spreading misinformation. Hold on.
At
mean,
Katrina's Gang
shouldn't have-
03 says bro, are you actually blind?
Yeah. What makes you think I'm not? I could open up a box?
Sarah Isle says they are made with pure malic acid. Very, very sour.
Yeah, I mean, these are very sour. Hold on. Yeah, really. I hope you guys are.
I am who says seems like it is legal to mail a sword as long as the blade is secure and it can't be a concealed type like a sword cane.
All right, a sword cane. How badass would that be? Instead of a blind guy cane, I'd have a sword cane. Yeah, I shouldn't have eaten that. I shouldn't have eaten so many. I was hungry though. I need to eat something. Now I'm drooling all over the place. Hold on. There's a whole bunch of questions. This is so you might notice that I am not always able to have the chat up.
420 says I have a sword cane.
You do?
At
That's
Echoplex
cool.
5150 says love your channel, man.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Hold on. Let me go to my Gmail.
Sarah Ild says more than 2 megasaurs can cause tongue bleeding and stomach ulcers.
Oh, well then don't send
At
that. I
Sean
don't want
Savage
that.
Teaching says it is blue. That's amazing.
All right. Yeah, I do not want something that's going to make my tongue bleed. I don't need that
Angel
issue.
420 says might want to make sure it's not sharpened before sending to.
Okay. Well,
At Johnny BC.
I'm gonna bang out of the chat for the live chat for a second because during the show I don't get to hear all of the questions, but I like to answer the questions. So after the show is over, we go through the whole entire chat feed. We get that Caster Labs caffeinated program that aggregates all the chats, and then I can answer all. So this is from when I was on the Duck. If you caught it last week, let's see if I got this even up on the screen. Oh, do I not have it up on the screen? Might not. Hold on. Jeez, I hope I didn't break everything. Come on. There we go.
When did you get the tap? Speaking rate 80%, 77, 65%.
So this is
85%.
just
90%.
I usually listen at about 90%.
Angel 420. Go Steve Swim.
That's Dank MFL Angel asking that's the mod on Twitch. Does Steve swim? So that's the
Speaking rate 90%.
speed that
87,
I would listen at.
60%.
I feel like people generally like it like 55 or 60. So I'll keep it at a slow speed so you guys can hear it. Someone's visiting the house, obviously, because Steve and Skylar are greeting them. Yeah, so people ask questions, and when I was out in the Duck last week, I didn't get to all the questions. I wonder if I should do that again, go out in the Duck. That was kind of fun, like sitting out there at night, just hanging around on the Duck in the pool. But let's see.
Message header.
Message header.
Message content.
Message
Angel
content.
420. Don't Steve Swim.
Whoa! Startled the heck out of me, but I love it. I love it.
At
It's a super chat.
SarahCam7808 tip $3 through Super Chat.
Thank you, Sarah.
Sent unboxing items.
Ooh,
Forgot
nice.
to put my name.
Well, I usually assume the unboxing items are basically either just from you or Matea Brown. That's YouTube been keeping the whole thing running. This weekend's unboxing, someone sent me 2 interesting snacks and a really bizarre drink. I filmed that just a couple days ago. That'll be up on Saturday. So thank you, Sarah. I really appreciate it. Very much appreciate all the stuff that you've been sending. Let's get to the questions
Angel
real quick.
420. At GoCowZWAR. When you fall off the board, what do you do to orient yourself so you can resurface?
When you fall off the board, what do you do to reorient yourself so you can surface? I mean, you just kind of get still for a second. If you fall off the board, you just kind of get still, and I'm buoyant. I'm floatable. I will find the surface. People feel like that. People ask that question all the time, as if it's a visual thing, finding your way up. Like, how many people get off the board or go into the ocean and like open their eyes in the salt water and go, oh, the light's up there? Like, I don't know a lot of people that do keep their eyes open when they're under the water in the ocean. There's a whole vestibular tube in your inner ear that kind of lets you know which way is up. And between that kind of innate thing that evolution put in my head and the fact that I've got some air in me, if I can just be still, I'll find my way to the top. That's not that hard.
Angel 420. Does Steve swim?
The Steve swim. He is supposed to be a water dog. Steve is a German short-haired pointer, and he is supposed to love the water. But we've got a pool in the backyard, and he literally does everything he can to stay away from it. He is petrified of the pool. Banana has tried to drag him to the pool a couple of times, and that dog has no interest in being in the pool. And oh, that's what I'm hearing. And when when we've taken him down to the beach a handful of times, when the water comes in and starts lapping at his little doggy feet, he freaks out. He's like, I don't want the water. I don't want the water on me. He does not. Steve is not a water dog by any stretch of the imagination.
At Kaylee 186. When did you get your arm tat?
Kaylee 186 is wondering when I got my arm tat. It's this big giant cobra snake over here. I got that. I forget the year exactly, but I think it was 2011, and I still had a little bit of vision. I had enough vision that I figured if I knew what it was, if I could be shown the design and it could be put on a part of my body that was close enough, which this is about as close to my eyeballs as I can get, that I'd still be able to see it, to at least know what it was, so that when I lost my vision, I could still remember it. Now, I believe, unfortunately, it's probably faded a little bit because it's talking 15 years old at this point. But yeah, I got that. I think in 2011, I got it at Starlight Tattoo Parlor, Mandalay Bay, Las Vegas. And to me, part of me is I'm a weightlifter guy, and then I've got this cobra tattoo on my arm. A part of it's kind of oh, this is this D-bag walking around with the cobra. But to me, it actually meant something. cobras and all snakes are notorious for having bad vision. We just have a really bad vision, but nobody ever looks at a snake and looks down at it because it's got crappy vision, because it's got a lot of things that makes up for it. You know, evolution helped the snake find a way to be to be a dangerous creature and to still exist and hunt and be a force out there in nature. And me, I had to find a way to exist in this sighted world and still make my own way, even though I had crappy vision. So to me, you know, they did it through evolution, and I did it through hard work, but it meant a little something to me. So if you ever see me walking around shirtless by the beach with my big cobra tattoo hanging out, you know, don't think I'm being too much of a D-bag with it. To me, it really meant a lot.
At Chuathan to 9000. How has the voiceover business been treating you lately?
Voiceover business has been going really well lately. I got another. I mean, I'm always doing tons and tons of uh, like local radio and I mean, I've got a lot of stations on retainer that I work for. I just got through the Stanley Cup final doing all that for Sports USA. A few weeks ago, or a couple weeks ago, you guys probably saw that I did the Jeep commercial with Captain America celebrating America 250. And I just found out that I haven't signed the contract yet, so I can't say the name, but I'm going to be in a very big movie trailer that's going to be coming out in July. So I'm actually the fact I picked up two new radio stations on the East Coast. Then I landed the national commercial, and then I landed a trailer. And of course, I do tons of TV promo work as well. So every aspect of the voiceover business there is, I try and keep myself as busy and as employed in all of it as possible. So it's going great. Thank you for asking.
At GoCowZWAR.
Go
How do
Cow.
you submit a question for him?
Go Cow. You just you know, go into the chat and you ask a question. If I miss it, I'll do it in this little segment. Oh, I forgot to give you the name of the segment. Hold on. What's the name of the segment? The segment is
You ask, and now you'll get the answer. It's time for Pete's snappy answers to stupid questions on the Blind Surfer Show.
Aha, snappy answers to stupid questions. No, not necessarily stupid questions, but if anybody ever read Mad Magazine, you'll get what that is. So yeah, if you just put in a question in the chat, from this point on, I will answer it in the next show if I don't hear it live in the show that I'm doing.
At the Mass the Goober Q506M. How do I become a moderator?
The
3 question
mass,
marks.
the goober. What is with people? So many times people ask, "How do I become a moderator?" It's not like a prize. Like it's not like you don't just like win moderate. Like, why would you want to be a moderator? Like I appreciate Dank MF Angel and Sarah and Joni and Devil's Advocate and Brooks when he's around. Like it's work. Like these people, they're volunteering their time and they're like jumping online when they notice that I go live, and they have to pay attention to the chat. And you know, if they screw up, if they didn't do it, it's not like there's consequences or anything. Like I everything they do for me is a bonus and I appreciate it, but like it's not like win a prize. And also, I mean, in order to be a moderator, it's not just like some random, like, I don't know, I'm just gonna make some random person a moderator. What if you're like some crazy lunatic from some crazy country and you don't even speak the language? Like, the people that mod for me are people that have been like long time followers of the channel, and I have some sort of a relationship with them, or trust them, or they trust each other. So like it's a yeah. I don't know why you'd want to just randomly be a moderator.
At GoCowZWAR.
Go Cow.
Hey Pete, I hate
Hey.
video editing with sight. I can't imagine doing it blind. What's the hardest part to keeping motivated when videos and comments get you down?
Oh, well, that's like a couple questions. People don't know I do all my video editing. I mean, it's video editing. I edit the video, but I'm just editing by sound. So I'm putting together stories, which is why you might notice that none of my videos ever have like establishing shots or like long periods of silence or, hey, look at this cool thing. And I definitely, I hate it when I come across like reels or shorts or TikToks that are like just music. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. It's probably, someone doing some stupid dance or something like that. All my videos are just stories being told. And that's, I'm just editing the stories basically. How do you keep yourself up when the comments get you down? I usually just write a really snarky comment, say something regrettable that I'll listen back to the next day and go, oh man, that was a huge dick in that comment. But in the moment, it makes me feel better. I'm like, yeah, you said this, take that. Definitely not the most healthy way to handle it. No, I mean, I don't. Generally, I try and let them roll off my back. Sometimes I just write a snarky comment, and then usually I just kind of realize that it's not the end of the world. Like someone. I do have to remind myself of that quite a bit, actually. Like someone writes a comment to me, they say something mean, they denigrate the video or me. I get a little more upset if they're being nasty to the people in my life. I don't like that. It's very rare, but a lot of times they're just looking for a reaction, and sometimes I feel like if it's good for engagement or content, or if it's going to inform them, I will give them that engagement. Sometimes I can tell when I write a comment, it's going to get a whole bunch of responses back. Like that's good for engagement. It's good for spreading a message. Like if I need to correct someone on something or explain text to speech to them or anything like that, I will give them a response. But at the end of the day, when I'm climbing into bed, if I got 5 or 6 comments throughout the day that were mean or annoying or should have gotten me down, I just remember that those people probably don't even remember writing the comment. And if they do, if that was the highlight of their day, putting a comment on my video, what does that say about them? So you just got to let that stuff slide. A lot of people are probably listening or watching right now being like, you don't let stuff slide. You turn it into videos and like torch the people and make content out of it. But don't forget, I'm in the content making business. I've been making 7 shorts a week. And on top of that, I make a long form on Tuesdays. And then I do 2 lives a week. So yeah, I'm in the content making business. So if I get a comment that looks like it annoyed me, I will annoyedly answer. I'll put it out there. I'll post it and hopefully get my message out there. And then I just try and move on.
At Patrick Pierce 3736. Have you ever tried Jägermeister?
Oh, that's weird. I think you spelled that wrong, Patrick Pierce. That's super weird. I think he's trying to ask if I ever tried Jägermeister, which I have not. And weirdly, that's super weird. I don't know why that came to mind the other day. Banana and she did a little barbecue for us. We were just out back on our deck the other night and having some hamburgers and hot dogs. And for some reason, Jägermeister came into my head. And I asked her, I'm like, have you ever tried Jägermeister? And she's like, well, don't even, something that she tried in her 20s. For some reason, I never tried it. She told me, and we looked it up, it apparently tastes like black licorice or has a black licorice flavor to it, which is super weird because absinthe, if you've ever had absinthe, which is like a much fancier, expensive, weirder alcohol, that also has a black licorice flavor to it. And I don't like black licorice. So I guess I wouldn't like Jaeger, and I'm not a big fan of absinthe either.
At Jim Dude
Jim Dude.
7782. I wonder what his preferred cane tip type is.
People always ask me, just pick the cane type that, sorry, I don't mean to be mean about it. People always ask me what my preferred cane type is. I use a marshmallow and a no jab, which most of my sighted audience is like, what did you just say? But I just pick the one that works for you. Whichever cane. It's like when people ask me, like, which microphone do you use? I'm like, you have no idea how different you and I are going to sound on the same microphone. Not only do we have like different voices, like it's going to be pretty unlikely that you sound exactly like me, but even people with the same voice are going to have different vocal techniques and microphone techniques. And people are like, I want to use the microphone you use. I want to sound like you. I'm like, well, it's not going to happen. We're different people with different vocal patterns. We speak at different frequencies, and it's just a matter of preference. Like, which mic do you think you sound the best in, and which cane are you the most comfortable walking down the street in? Pick what's best for you.
Toolbar, archive.
And that was it. All right, so that was all the snappy answers. Oh, I probably shouldn't have unplugged that when I didn't have anything connected, because now, all right, hold on. And then I got to plug it back into this phone, finding the little port. There we go. And let's see if I can get that back up and running. Did I do it?
I've never tried the _blind_Jedi.
Yeah.
Jägermeister has more of a root beer flavor. A Greek liquor also tastes like black licorice. Try the drink. Surfer on acid.
Whoa, it tastes like, wait, Jägermeister tastes like root beer? I don't necessarily hate root beer. Root beer is not, I actually like root beer. I like root beer quite a bit. Brooks and I were talking about
Fangel 420 says Scotch is good after you had a couple.
Scotch. I tried being a Scotch guy. This is like when Banana and I first started dating.
7:48 p.m.
Oh, listen how slow that is. Let me speed that up.
Volume.
Speech.
100%.
Yeah, 100%.
75%, 80%.
Let's put it up to 80%.
7:48 p.m.
7:48 p.m. What time did I
7:48
start?
p.m.
Like 6:45, something like that. Yeah, I was trying to be a Scotch guy.
Sunrose 8 says I haven't had a drink in like 2 years. I just smoke now. No hangover.
Well, there you go.
Fangel 420 says the first one sucks lol.
You know what's funny? They call it.
TJ Sheeble says is that an SM7B?
No.
Joni BC says blind Jedi. I never equated Jägermeister.
They call people that don't drink and just smoke. They call that California sober out here in California. People that just smoke. No, this is not even close to that microphone. This is a Audix PDX 720 Signature Series microphone. It's kind of similar to the EV RE20. It's got just a really simple, general pattern that works well for male and female voices and handles it when you get loud and when you get quiet. And then, did I throw it on the ground? I think I did. think I took my, oh, Jesus, God, hitting stuff here. Where's my expensive microphone? Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Let me turn it up. This right here. Or there we go. Okay. If you want to do the microphone talk, this, let me see. Can I have some music? Can I have some music, please? Oh, what did I do? Did I break the music? Oh, that's why I screwed that up.
I am going to flip it.
You're going to flip it. That's
People
what,
that know him, his friends and family treat him like a person.
I am a person.
I have never noticed Banana or anyone treat him like he is broken.
I mean,
So it is pretty great when you get good friends that rise you up.
yeah,
So ignore ignorant and rude people.
totally. See, that's the, I was wondering what happened there. I had that text lady growing, but I had her on a different channel. This microphone right here is the Neumann TLM 103. It's far more sensitive than the PDX 720. So if you wanted to get quiet, if you wanted to be sexy, if you wanted to do a movie trailer, or have something with a lot of impact, you might try and get a more sensitive microphone that can pick up quieter reads. And this is my microphone of choice for that. The Neumann TLM 103. It's like I'm doing an ad for them. In the other studio, my main daily microphone is a Sennheiser 416T shotgun microphone. That microphone is designed to pick up voices from upwards of 20 or 30 feet away. Yet I speak directly into it from just a few inches away because I have what they call amazing mouth control. Good microphone technique. And I don't spit into the microphone too much. This microphone normally works well with a popper stopper, so my doesn't do that. But you might notice I'm working with a little bit of extra care in my breathing. If I were to say the name Pete, you'd notice that I say Pete and not Pete. Because if I just spoke like I normally did, I'd blow the hell out of the microphone. So working with a very, very sensitive microphone, you have to really, really control your voice. Pay attention to what you're doing. And still, emote. Put some passion into the read. Some realness. I'm not doing that now because I'm like kind of overdoing it for you guys. Because the music's making me do that. It's like weird trailer music. But yeah, I could use this microphone as my main microphone. I could probably handle doing the whole show with this microphone, but you do have to be careful about it. And then if I get loud, I physically have to get away from it. But if I get quiet, I have to bring it really close. The video I'm dropping tomorrow is actually all about what I just did right there. Actually, it's all about like microphone technique and different reads and stuff like that.
Tony BC says Fernand. No, he's not.
No, I'm not.
TJ Sheeble says I'm familiar with the U87. How's the proximity effect between the two mics in front of you?
Why?
Braxton's
It's off.
6565 says, can you say Braxton's Lego builds in your movie trailer voice?
No.
There's no T in my name.
No.
At Heavyman 217 says now he fucking surfs like a badass.
I mean,
Absurd Sitch says sometimes it's a metal mesh screen, sometimes it is woven fiber.
yeah.
Fangel 420 says you're a person LOL. I mean, think about it. Do you notice your friends can see? Sarah Ild says he does computer tech support all by memory, from when he used to see.
Oh,
At Joni BC says heavy man. He began losing sight at 8.
Here we go. Okay.
At Braxton's Lego
Hold
build
on.
6565 says, can you say Braxton's Lego builds Lego
No,
stop
stop
motion
saying
in your
that.
movie trailer voice?
Somebody
There is no
ban that
T in my
person.
name.
That's annoying. Oh, I see what's going on here. This.
At Jaded Harlequin says, is that a condenser mic?
Hold on.
At the Toy Collector Offsville 6428 says, can you tell us a joke?
I don't know
Nick
any
Joseph
jokes.
one
Hold
says-
on. I just realized what's happening. This controller that I've got over here that controls all the different scenes, which now I've knocked over like 5 times. Does the side view? It just went beep, so the side view should be working. The reason it keeps knocking over is because of my microphone stand is leaning into. Yeah, that's what's going on. How do I get my microphone to stop? Maybe if I move it in a little bit, so it won't be so heavy. It's still a really heavy microphone. All right, well, I'm gonna have to fix that in the next show. Someone was just asking the last microphone, the TLM 103. The proximity issue is not an issue because I turned off the PDX 720 while I was talking into the TLM 103. The TLM 103, that's like a $1,300 microphone. It's like the baby brother of the U87 from Neumann, and that's like a $3,300 or $3,600 microphone. And I mean, I'm sure there's a difference. They wouldn't charge that much difference if there wasn't a real difference. But God, if I can't really, I mean, I can tell the difference. But for what I'm doing for voiceover work, it's not. I don't need to spend the extra $2,000 on the U87. But yeah, I mean, that's a great microphone.
Sorry.
They definitely have it in a lot of studios.
At Joni BC says the side view isn't good for vertical portrait mode tonight.
Oh, all right. Well, that's good to know. I wonder, like, am I out of the view in the side mode? Hold on, I'm gonna go to side mode and try and wave at it. Hello, side mode. I gotta be somewhere in there somehow. I'll try and get that fixed. So
Blind guy UN boxings.
some before I did the show, I had there was like a red contrast filter on the side view, so I had that fixed. But then I
Angel
apparently
420 says you're good.
okay, I
At the
apparently
Odd Milkman says what's your
screwed up.
favorite flavor of pasta?
Favorite flavor of pasta? Is pasta
Diana Marie
flavored?
says LOL. I don't notice because we treat each other like people seeing or not seeing is never a thing unless we are.
I didn't know pasta was flavored. I mean, if you flavor it with like cheese or I remember I didn't remember when I did cook I mean cook. I don't know if you're gonna call this cooking. Why is this microphone like falling over? Like goodness gracious, goodness gracious. Can I get you to be more stable? Oh, I think I did. I think I just got it to be more stable. Look at me. The little things that make me happy. So that should be stable. That's not moving. So yeah, when I was in college, I started making all right, don't make fun of me. My idea of cooking was Kraft macaroni and cheese. My favorite ones were Scooby Doo's. Scooby Doo's always tasted the best. And then I started branching out and like trying to make my own pasta. Like it wasn't all just in a box. And I just used to make like spaghetti and meatballs with ragu sauce or something like that. I buy those frozen meatballs. And then one time I was interning at a radio station, WRKO in Boston. There was a really fancy restaurant at the bottom of the building that I worked at. It was called Ambrosia's, and this like really fancy chef brought some food up to the radio station, and he literally just brought pasta with butter. Now, I think he like handmade the pasta and the butter was like fancy restaurant butter, but I was like, that's not bad. I think he also put some like little like bits of garlic or some little dots of something on there. But I started making my sophomore year of college my like favorite meal. I'd literally like make half a box of pasta, just like Prince's or Barilla or something like that, and then I'd melt like a third of a stick of butter in there, and I was like, oh my god, this is so good. That was like it was the easiest meal, and just cheap store bought spaghetti and butter was like my favorite meal for a long time. So someone asked my favorite
At Damien
flavor of
Sebastian
pasta.
656 says, do you like Alfredo? It's my favorite cheese.
Alfredo's a sauce. Is Alfredo a cheese? I thought that would be considered a sauce. Yeah, white sauce. I mean, I'm pretty down with that. It's funny how I used to think like Barilla pasta sauce or
Absurd
like.
says buttered noodles have been the favorite meal for many picky children. Ha ha ha.
All right. I mean, I
At
did.
Weston Campbell 1268 says shout out algorithm for you showing up in my feed.
Thank you.
Sunrose 8
Appreciate
says
that.
what did you study at college?
I studied mass communications and neurological
At
psychology.
Braxton Slegabould 6565 says I'm sorry it only did it twice because the second one was from before you said to stop from the first one. Please don't ban me. I will stop.
All right. There's the person being like, say my username. Like, it's like, I don't know. I mean, it would be easy. It would be easy for me to do it right now, but like, I'm a voice actor and that's what I do for a living. I charge people to say things for them. So, I can't have like Sony or Ford or IBM or something coming on being like, hey, say our company name. And then they clip it and then use it. Like, it's my business. My business is saying things out loud. So doing a shout out is, it all depends. You have like some little kid, like, say my name, but like, you want me to say your username? Like, you're probably going to clip it and you're probably going to use it. I'm going to be like, hey, that's my business right there. Hold on. I did want to pop over to the, hold on. I'll let you guys.
Absurd Sitch says P. Stop saying company name, shaking my head.
I know. Let me head
At
over
Damien
to,
Sebastian 656 says it's a liquid cheese.
Alfredo sauce is a liquid
At the
cheese?
Milkman says, do you know
I
the
did
other
not know
lanterns
that.
like there's not just green lantern, there's red lanterns and yellow lanterns.
I did notice that
At
from the
Corex
cartoons.
192 says, can you rate my painting PLS?
How would I do that?
At Mikagamer
Hold on.
2598 says, I have to ask because you're a surfer, but what is your favorite aquatic animal minus sharks?
Oh,
At
man, I do not like sharks.
Catfisty says, hi, you're one of my favorite YouTubers. I didn't know you live streamed, I hope.
Oh yeah,
At
I
Mega
live
D1.
stream. I live stream every Tuesday and Wednesday. And if you didn't know, that's probably because you only follow me on YouTube, and YouTube does not send out notifications. It's the I get like this report afterwards. It's like, how many people found you from live notifications? And it's usually like 7. I'm like, you sent out 7 notifications to the 2.5 million people that subscribed. Like, that's not cool. Like, send out more than that. If you follow me on Twitch, they're sending out much more notifications. So if you want to hit me up on Twitch, that's at Pete Gustin. I'm actually on Twitch right now.
14 viewers.
Oh, there's 14 people on Twitch. I feel like that's pretty good. 486 followers. 496 followers. Get me to 500. I'm going to be one of those people. I'm going to beg and sit here and beg, like, please, please, please. I always say, I just, because I don't have a lot of knowledge of what happens on it. There we go. Jeez. That was a quick response. Thank you. It's going to say it. It's going to say
Bongs just followed.
Bongs. Thanks, Bongs. I appreciate that. Is that... I don't know if I'm ever getting any of these right, but that very much sounded like it just said Bongs just followed. 497. That happened in real time. 496 to 497. Okay. 7:16 p.m. Edits. Hold on. Analytics. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of, like an editor. I can view Stream Manager. I'm trying. I don't know how. Oh, Stream Manager. If I tap that, this is me navigating my phone. What? 4 sub gifts. Thank you for contributing the 4 sub gifts. Whoa, what was that? Someone did something for it. And then I feel like I want to. I don't know. I want to do that thing. Oh, the quick actions. Activity feed. And no. Quick actions. All right. So I'm gonna at the end of the stream, I'm gonna try and raid. Will it let me raid? There's like this whole thing where you can raid. So add stream marker. I don't know what that means. What? Raid a channel. If I wanted to raid a channel. See, I'm not popular enough to raid. I'm trying. It says no rateable channels available for my channel. I'm not cool enough. Hey, that's funny. It says an illustration of a black and white lantern. Someone's just telling me that there are other lanterns out there. There's Green Lantern and Red Lantern, and I don't know what they all are, but I used to follow the cartoon when I could still see those kind of things. Steve's having a fit. I wonder what's going on.
Shirt is which by the feel.
Whoa.
Sunrose 8 says, I guess maybe that's only for channels you follow?
Wow.
At David George NN7RC says you have really fast ears.
Yeah, I mean, I'm used to it. I should listen to that stuff all day, every day.
Says any big things to try on your bucket list you plan on doing soonish?
I just want to get back in the water. I've been dealing with this stupid shoulder injury for so long. My bucket list is just getting back in the water and being able to surf on a regular basis when I want to and not worry about my shoulder falling out of its socket. Banana she had, what, Skylar? What are you yelling about? Wah. I mean, were you getting a delivery or Banana's got a friend coming over? But nobody, I would get notified if someone was coming. It's 8:02. Sky, little dog. She's like 9.5 pounds. She's got the big. She's exactly what you expect from a little dog, like a yippy little
only
dog.
Sends you a notification if you have it turned on, so that's why it's only 7.
Yeah, well, even that's
says
not
you have to
entirely
click
true.
The bar, it will let you search.
It'll let me search. Oh, I didn't, and then I went off of the thing. 498. Let's see who this is. Funny name? Maybe?
M0KKR just followed.
I saw a video of a Jack Russell wanting to square up to an actual lion.
M00.
At Drax and Slegabould 6565 says, how much would I have to pay you to say my name for my channel?
$1,600 plus 10%.
222 says B.
That's
Sarah
my
Wild says they should have access to the back end of your Twitch stream. At Whiskatango PL5HT says, I don't think so. No.
Oh, if I click on the text field.
At the Great Dane says, would you skydive? At least you don't have to be afraid of how high up you are. LOL.
Yeah, I'm trying, LT, but it's not.
At
It's
Nika
not.
Gamer
It's not letting me.
2598 says, at Weston Campbell 1268, yes, but swamp puppies are tend to eat anything, but sharks don't tend to be around people because
Oh, someone asked me a while ago my favorite sea animal. I went to that place where they have all these sea animals, all the rescued ones and stuff, and I was like fascinated with the. I think the problem there, LT, is that on Twitch I don't actually follow anybody, which is very uncommunity of me. I should totally follow some more people and be nice. But I got to meet a walrus. I got to meet all sorts of animals. But the walrus was crazy. Like the way they described him to me sounded like this like monster out of another universe. And the noise that the walrus made was like, they told me that they 499. I'm going to get to 500. Maybe.
Via the Guts just followed.
Via the Guts. Thank you, Via the Guts. All right. I'm at 499. I can't believe I'm counting it one at a time. It's fun though, right? Like it's fun to kind of start all over again and try and build this thing up. It just reminds me of when I started YouTube and I used to wake up every morning and be like, oh my God, I got 3 followers last night. And I would like obsessively throughout the day, like keep checking into YouTube. I'm like, did I get a follower? Did I get a follower? Maybe I got a follower. I mean, oh damn it. I couldn't help myself. I ate one of those blue Mike and Ike's. And there you go. You're my 500th follower. I'll remember your name forever. What is it?
Sear Robinson 616 just followed.
Sear Robinson 616. Sear Robinson. That's what it sounded like to me. Sear Robinson 616 just followed. Thank you. I appreciate that. You got me to 500. When I had a meeting with the people from Twitch who are super nice, very supportive. They love what I'm doing. They love the long form. Their audience appreciates long form content more than the YouTube people. Oh, I was saying, YouTube, you have to enable notifications, but even if you do, it's still kind of up to YouTube as to whether or not they're going to send you the notification, because they're trying not to like if you enabled notifications for every channel that you followed and they felt like they've sent you too many throughout the day, then they just won't send you that one. And yeah, their algorithm is funky. But the Twitch people, I asked, and you guys tell me if you think I'm crazy, but I'm used to getting big numbers, like on YouTube, 2.5 million subscribers, 770 something thousand on TikTok. I've seen it happen. My content does go viral and can go viral. And so I asked the people at Twitch, and they told me that what I have to do is start getting to a point where I'm concurrently having 100 viewers, which I'm nowhere near there right now, unfortunately. I'm like at 14 or 15 or something like that. If everybody all of a sudden went over to Twitch at once from all the platforms I'm on, if we went from the YouTube horizontal and vertical and TikTok and Facebook and everybody went over to Twitch, I think I might be able to get to 100. And when I get there, their algorithm gets excited and starts putting me out and putting me out to more people. Until you reach 100 concurrent on Twitch, they don't like you as much. But I asked them, if I can get there, would it be feasible to get up to 10,000 followers by the end of the year? And they actually said, oh yeah, absolutely. But you got to cross that 100 concurrent threshold. I know. It's Sarah pointed out, she's like, stop trying to make everybody go over to Twitch. But, they like me. They really like me. YouTube Shorts really likes me for putting out my shorts and stuff, but Twitch seems to like my shows quite a bit. So thank you for getting me up to 500 tonight. I'm very excited about that. Let me go back over to the chat.
PBC says, please don't keep asking the same question.
Don't ask the same question.
Says, what's yours opinions on chicken?
I thought that was actually for me.
Sunrose 8 says the difference between sea and river otters is hilarious.
I thought they were asking me I thought they were telling me stop asking people to. I thought the same question was stop asking people to follow you on Twitch. Oh, my favorite sea animal is also I was talking about the walrus because I have a video of me with the walrus. I've never met an octopus, but holy crap, are those things crazy? I was listening to a portion of a Joe Rogan interview, I think it was. Someone was talking about octopi, and I guess each one of their tentacles has like a brain in it. So each arm can operate independently. Plus, it's got a brain in its skull. It can change its shape. It can change its skin color. It can change its texture. They sound like the coolest / freakiest. There was in the video I was listening to, they were telling a story. There was some octopus in, I forget, Finland, Norway, something like that. The thing would apparently get out of its tank And I don't, can they locomote on land? Like, I wish I could have seen the video to see how it was doing it. They would get out of its tank, go to another tank and eat fish out of it. It was like stealing fish from another tank and then climbing back into its own tank. And the researchers didn't even know the thing was doing it for a while. Octopuses just, they freak me out. They seem super freaky. They're a super freak. Super freak, they're super freaky.
At Weston Campbell 1268 says octopuses is the actual English plural word, but octopi is the Latin.
No way.
At Tony
Octopuses?
BC says octopuses and octopi are both correct.
Really? I
At
would not have guessed that.
4978 says like and subscribe before you go.
Yeah, do all
At
that.
Weston Campbell
Like,
1268 says at
follow.
Tony BC.
You know, and then watch every one of my videos all at once. That'd be pretty cool. Speaking, I wonder if the video I posted today, a lunatic tackled me while surfing blind. Do you think that one made it to 1,000 views? It's a long form video. Well, it's 2 minutes and 59 seconds, but I'm posting them as horizontals
At
because
Tony BC says Weston. Cool beans.
yeah, cool beans.
At Master Joe Bone says to the listeners on YouTube, if you want to be notified when Pete goes live, be sure to turn on the notification bell.
That definitely helps.
At AJ Leadfried says, do you like baked beans?
Hey, it went to 1.1k views. Wow,
At
that's way more than usual.
6565 says, honestly, $1,600 is not that bad. Your voice is really cool. Thank you for making videos. I will stop commenting if you want. You probably are really mad at me. Sorry.
I'm not really mad at you. It's not. I'm definitely not mad. Hold, let me slow this down. Speaking rate. Oh wait. Hold on. Wait. Trying to get to the comments. What? What did I do? I broke what I was doing. A lunatic surfer tackled me. I'm trying to. This is the video. This is the most common video that I posted today. I want to see if there were any comments on it.
3 hours ago, in the 80s, my husband stopped surfing here in L. A because of a-hole surfers. They're generally awful here.
In the 80s, my husband stopped surfing because of the a-hole surfers up in LA. Yeah, I mean, I was putting this in. I was having a conversation with people in the comment section about that video. It's the long form. Yeah, like I said, 2 minutes and 59 seconds, but it's a horizontal video on YouTube today. And out of the 1,000, I've surfed over 1,000 times, definitely over 1,000 times by now, and I've had 3 incidents that I can recall. One of them was actually kind of funny, and everybody walked away cool. The 2 that are in that video is one when the guy tackled me, and the other one when the guy just like lost his mind and started screaming at me. And you'd think 2.5, call it 3 times if you want, out of 1,000 is a very low percentage, which it is, but it's enough that, and you know, it's like 99.7% of the people when I go out there are nice, they're curious, they're excited, they're at the very least interested. You know, I paddle out and they see blind surfer on my chest, or they notice there's a lot of, you know, camera equipment or a drone following me, and they get curious, and then they find out I'm blind. Or if the lineup is unavoidably somewhat crowded and we just can't get away from a lot of people, Nisha or Brooks or Josh will be like, hey, he's blind, just so you know, you guys take priority on the waves. If we can get something, that would be cool. And we try and be as obvious and open and communicative as possible when we're out there in the water. And 99.7% of the time, everybody's nice. Most of the people are like, oh man, that's inspiration, that's cool. And you know, to me, I'm just out there trying to have fun. I'm not trying to inspire anybody while I'm surfing. Hey, 501. Thank you. Let's see the name of this person or hear it. You know what I mean?
The _og milkman just followed.
The _og milkman. Thank you, the _og milkman. I appreciate it. You know, all those people that are generally like excited to have me out in the lineup or to say hi or to see something they've never seen before, like a blind surfer. And that makes me feel good and it makes me feel welcome. Most honestly, I don't know the honest truth. I don't. Hey, thank you, Twitch people. Appreciate. Let's see another fun username possibly.
Everyone just followed.
What was that one? Everyone I don't know what that one's supposed to, what it looks like, but it sounds like everyone You know, but like honestly, if I was gonna be straight up honest, I don't want to be out there as a blind surfer. I don't like being a spectacle. I don't like having to pay for coaches and wear special gear and look for different. I don't want any of that. Like I don't. I'd rather just go out there and surf instead of being a blind surfer. I'd rather just be a surfer. I'd rather just go out there and enjoy myself, not have to do all this special stuff. Like it's great that my journey is inspiring people. Let's check out this super chat.
At HS_hype tipped $4.99 through super
Appreciate it.
chat. Starting a surface cleaning business here soon. Wish me luck, please.
Good luck. Surface cleaning business. So you get some power washers, some sanding, maybe some painting going on. I don't know if you paint surface cleaning, but hey, starting a business these days. Also starting a labor business. Smart idea, because I don't think a robot's going to take that job. Good luck with that. I wish you the best. Um, but yeah, I'd rather just go out there and be a surfer. Just rather go out there and be like everybody else. But, like I was saying, if my journey does inspire people, I can take that situation and make something good out of it. That if me sharing my story and showing you that I can overcome all the challenges and difficulties and go out there and surf, if that does inspire or motivate people, that's great. But the rare circumstance when I go out there and someone's screaming at me because I was quote unquote in their way. First of all, let me point out that person would have screamed at anybody. This is something I've realized over the past couple of weeks, especially from that last circumstance. The fact that me and that guy lightly bumped each other, it takes two people to collide. Like if you're walking down the street on the sidewalk, there's two people that can look at each other and you can both avoid. One person could, like the fact that me and this guy bumped in the water, I realized after the fact that he could have also seen me. Now, two things. One, if he saw me and decided to crash into me because he just expected me to move, that's an a-hole move on his part. If he didn't see me and he wasn't using his eyes and didn't see me coming, that's also on him. Like he could have used his eyes to look. And if he wasn't looking and I couldn't see, then it's an accident. It's no big deal. Like that's how you should treat it. But the fact that this guy lost his mind and started swearing at me and yelling at me, and honestly made me get out of the water. Like I left. I told Nisha, I was like, I want to get out of here. I'm not comfortable here. This isn't working. Um, and the fact that there's just this teeny amount of people in the water that are like that. And this is what I was trying to explain to people. It's not, some people are coming at me in the comments and they're like, well, you shouldn't be out there as a blind surfer. It's unsafe to everybody. Well, I'm safe 100% of the time. I am. I take every precaution that I possibly can, but every once in a while, it takes two to tango, as they say. Someone else does something, and that's when accidents happen. And in 3 times out of 1,000 surf sessions, something has happened, and the other person got grumpy about it. It's because they also did something wrong. And I think that that's maybe where the anger came from. Like, they were where they weren't supposed to be. They knew they were taking off when they didn't have priority. They weren't looking when they were supposed to. And instead of taking responsibility for it themselves, they yelled at me. Is what I've been learning, that wasn't 100% my fault. Or maybe it was both our fault. And that's better in my head than it being just my fault. But just the small little fact that I could go out there and someone could lose their mind on me. It's gotten in my head a little bit, takes a little bit of the fun. Like I go out there to relax. I work hard. I work constantly. And I like to go out and relax and have a good time in the water. And I want to chill and I want to, if I'm going to meet people, I'd like to stay away from them. So not, cause any problems. So I'm going to meet people. I'd like to meet fun people, cool people. Thank you. But the fact that there's, 3 people out of 1,000 that are going to scream and be jerks about it, it does sits in the back of my head. Kind of takes a little bit of the fun away from surfing, unfortunately. Talking to you guys tonight. Just put the chat back up there. 8:17 p.m. What else was I going to do? You guys, unless you...
Campbell 1268 says at Hams and Witch 15,000 echolocation like everyone else.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Sunrose 8 says sorry for asking twice, but according to a surfer friend, most surfers are loners. Almost always kinda weird and very nice or very mean with few in between.
Yeah.
Agree or disagree?
There's a lot of...
It says true question. How can you know if you have priority?
Well, my coach will tell me. That's why I surf with a coach. And yeah, the surfers, it's a lone sport. It's a loner sport. You're out there by yourself. Like sometimes people surf with friends. A lot of times, most surfers surf by themselves. And you get some weird people out there sometimes. And yeah, how do I know if I have priority out in the wave? Like we paddle back out. If I got a wave, my coach will tell me, hey, we got to paddle to the north a little bit. And we're going to let the next guy get priority. He's going to get the next wave. Then, there's the whole thing. If they're on the outside, if they're a longboard and they had priority, but they missed the wave, then I get told to go because they missed it. I'm going to eat a couple more of these things. I'm actually going to let you guys unless you tuned into the very beginning. This isn't the greatest surf session in the world. It's a surf session that I had a little while ago. I'm gonna need a couple more of these thingies, and I will show you a surf session from a little while ago. It's got good music. I picked the music. Aha! I have no idea.
Says I
I
was
have no
thinking
idea
of
what
the
that
wrong
surf
blind
session was.
content creator.
I don't, no one told me which surf session that was. I made it a while ago. I do know that I picked the music for it. I do know that I was surfing in it. I'm pretty sure that Josh was out there surfing with me. Brooks was drone filming. Banana was filming. Josh was also doing some filming out on the water with the GoPro. So I know all that, but I don't know how I did. Hopefully I did. Hopefully I did okay. Hopefully I
Johnny
caught some
DC
waves
says
out
he
there.
has Stargard's loss of vision is gradual. The rate of loss is different for everyone.
It is very different for
Sunrose
everyone.
8 says you beefed it pretty hard on one of those, but mostly great waves. Absurd Sage says sitting here watching and jinding myself excited when you catch a good wave.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know what jinding yourself means. Sounds kind of exciting for you.
Adnon says Pete is awesome.
Thank you.
HS Hype says bro is shredding blind while me I just fall off before I even get up.
I mean, takes a lot
Sarah
of
Isle
practice.
says humans are inventive. Almost anything can be turned into a fun activity, including jumping out of perfectly okay planes.
Right. Oh, that's
At
someone was asking me about that before.
7808 says what are your different coaches' surf style and coaching style?
Hey, good question. No, I have no interest in skydiving. I like things that require skill, and I'm sure there is different, I don't know, levels of skill to skydiving, but to me, it's mostly just like falling out of the sky. I like things that I can work on, challenge myself, try and get better at. I've always appreciated just trying to the whole challenge of starting from scratch, a very difficult sport like surfing, and trying to get better at it. My different coaches, different styles. Hold on, my legs are getting cramped up. How do these people do like 8-hour streams? Banana told me she had like a lot of stuff to do tonight, so she said I could. She said I could hang out with you guys for a while. It's 8:21. So Josh, he's the long blonde haired, blue eyed surfer guy, which was just in that video. I'll tell you his style in a second after I hear this.
At law_may_I_y_curry_CISA tipped $15 through
Thank
Super
you.
Chat. Hey, sneak hype to letter. So nice to catch you live. That bet that was mean to you. It was all his fault, not yours. He can go suck a kumquat. You are amazing and he is jealous of you. Love you.
Well, I don't think he knew who I was to be jealous, but he was just a bit of a Jerk. So thank you. I appreciate that. And thank you for supporting me and the stream and being there for the comments and doing the super chats. It's always very nice of you. Yeah, super chat, $3 or more, get it read out loud. Twitch, 200 bits or more, get it read out loud. Twitch follows and subscriptions, those make all sorts of fun different noises as well. Josh is just like, he's like the chill coach. Like he kind of finds a soft spot in the crowd, and he communicates a lot with his like looks and eyes. And if anybody does start surfing next to us, he's like, hey, just so you know, my buddy here's blind. Like he makes it all chill, makes it all cool, makes everybody feel comfortable and welcome. Nisha is a little more vocal. Sometimes if we can't find a soft spot in the crowd, she'll go out there and start paddling around and talking to people. She likes making friends in the water and bringing the community together and, answering questions. If people have questions about my surfing, she likes talking to them out in the water. She's also the first one to, get my back if she needs to block for me. If we are in a bad spot, she'll get in between me and the person. But generally, especially lately, I try and have them find me holes in the lineup where there aren't people, where that's not an issue. Brooks, we will go out of our way to find a spot where there is no one. Brooks would rather surf a less awesome wave with nobody than a slightly better wave that's crowded, which I appreciate that as well, because he doesn't want to interact with, me and him out there like two dudes. Like Josh is chill, laid back, and looks like nice and easy and inviting. So it's easier for him to have conversations. And Nisha's a girl. There's not a lot of girl surfers out there, at least far less than there are guys. A pretty blonde woman just having conversations with people, that's easier. But me and Brooks, just like two dudes, like it's kind of hard for us to find a soft spot in the crowd. They just see a couple of guys and like, oh, screw these guys. So he and I, we'll drive around and try and find where no one is. And the crazy thing is like every time he and I will go to like nowhere. We'll go to like the middle of nowhere and paddle out and there's no one around. Surfing is like the biggest lemming sport in the world because all of a sudden like you catch one wave or two, like, and where'd these people come from? I'll be sitting there like, oh my God, more people are coming out. Like we're in the middle of nowhere where there was no crowd, no one else surfing. And then I catch one wave. He's like, where do they come from? And they paddle out and they paddle out like right next to us. He's like, I cannot believe these guys. I got Blind Surfer on my shirt, and we obviously had our own space, and they paddled like right next to us. So he's like, all right, let's paddle south for a while, and then we got to like paddle away from them. There's so many times when he and I have been out together, and people just like follow us. Like we paddle like 50 yards south, and like he's like, they're still there. They're still following. Like, go away. And he does like we just don't. He's not super nice. Doesn't come off. I mean, he's a great guy, but on the water, he doesn't come off like Nisha smiling and being friendly and Josh being Josh. Brooks just has a different demeanor. So if he says like, hey, my buddy's blind here, then, people would be like, so what do I care? So we really try not to interact with people. So we just try and find our own space. Did I get that back up? Yes, I did. What was the other thing I was going to do tonight? I'm still petrified to take phone calls because the phone call thing was going so bad for a while. Maybe I'll get up the courage.
Says Brooks sounds fun. Campbell 1268.
I mean, he is fun.
59,950 says at Joni BC, why do I keep being muted?
Maybe you're doing stuff you're not supposed to do. That's usually why you get muted. I would assume. Assume.
At Zintum 220 says my favorite ocean pirate.
Is that me? Am I a pirate? Arr, out there on the water.
At Weston Campbell 1268 says in the state I'm in, being gay is hard enough, let alone being impaired in some way.
All right.
At Sarah Cam 7808 says they follow you because you are the blind messiah. Cult leader ready.
That's right.
Presenter
That's right.
says Brooks sounds like at absurd sig lols.
I don't know what ad absurd sich lols
At
is.
Felix Bessina 6234 says hi.
That's when text to speech fails me. A lot of times I can figure out what people are saying,
At
but when
Master
I get
Joe
out of
Bone says I think for normal people it better to surf as a group.
yeah, but I can't always get everybody to work around my
At
schedule.
Lamatea Y Curry Sissa says hey Sarah.
Hey Sarah. Hey
At Alex
Sarah.
Rayleigh 1987 says it's hard to conversate.
Why? Conversation is that a word? I never liked that term.
Presenter says absurd sage.
Oh, absurd sage. There we go. That makes more sense. I guess text to speech is a little bit easier when people get the spelling right. Shoot, someone just asked me something. Now I forget what it was. I got myself sidetracked. I was pressing different buttons. I did a close. I think I did a close up on my face. I got this new couch, and I wondered if it moved. I completely forgot to check and ask if the couch moved my position from the camera, but apparently not. I think that
Or says
worked.
like
Let me go
spaghetti.
back over to the text to speech thingamabob. I mean, would you guys
At
prefer?
HS Hype says I love making haters mad, lol, it's a fun activity.
I don't like making people mad. I don't enjoy confrontation. I do like it when people say something stupid or
At
wrong,
Rain
and I
Pilot
can.
says it's crazy when I hear your voice in different ads, it seems like you voice everything.
I do a lot of voiceovers, but I definitely don't like. I don't like being confrontational. And it's funny, not only do I record 10,000 things a year. That's my average. I record 10,000 different sessions a year. But the funny thing is, like, they don't just run once. And there's stuff like that I've done. Like I feel like so one of my oldest clients is Sirius Satellite Radio's Liquid Metal. I mean, I recorded stuff for them back in like I don't know 2000. Like I started in the year 2000 with Liquid Metal, and I did things like Enter the Trivia Pit. Like I did that. Like I think they did refresh it recently, but there's got to be some stuff that I recorded for Enter the Trivia Pit back in like 2006, 2007. So I've been recording 10,000 sessions a year for the past probably 14 years or so. And that stuff is, I mean, a lot of it is single use, but a lot of it is also like, it just keeps playing and playing and playing. So at any given time in the world, wherever you are, there's like just my voice just like playing somewhere on something, TV, radio, streaming, movie theaters, out of your phone, something like that. And I always get a kick. I always get a kick like when Banana and I are out walking and we just hear someone like drive by, or we're like walking on the street and we pull up to a stoplight or something and there's a car next to us, and coming out of the speakers, it's like the Padres play the Dodgers this weekend at America's #1 ballpark, Patco Park. Like, it's like, hey, that's me. That's me. I like want to run over the car. I'm like, that's me. They're like, get out of my car, you weirdo. But it's funny. It's funny to hear
Almost
yourself
home and
out
going
in
to
the
sleep right
out in the
away.
wide world.
At Charlie Roon B8K says, how did you go blind? Were you born with it or did it slowly deteriorate? If so, what is it called?
Let's see, which answer should I give? Do you guys like the answer where I was an astronaut? I was hired by NASA to go up and do some work on the International Space Station, and they created a specialty shield that was supposed to block out all the sun rays, because the job I was doing, it was facing the sun more often than not. And Revo designed the special shield that was supposed to help protect me from the rays of the sun, but the shield was ineffective, and the rays from the sun kind of blasted right through it and burned out my retina, and made me lose my eyesight. Yeah, yeah. That's my favorite story. I like that one. That one was actually on a Reddit forum. People were like, "Did you hear Pete Custon lost his eyesight because he was an astronaut?" Um, no, I have a genetic disease called Stargardt's disease. It is a defect on the ABCA4 chromosome that caused me to lose my eyesight. I feel like I got to grab the other mic. My voice is actually getting mildly tired. Hold on. There we go. I can use oh, that's so, you can actually hear all the room noise. Whoa. You can hear the cable as it drags across my knee. But yeah, I can be quieter. My voice just started to get tired. So I can be quieter with this microphone, and it'll pick it up. But yeah, you can hear like the room, because I got like 3 fans in this room rolling. I could probably turn off the air conditioning up here. Oh, let me turn this down. Computer, set upstairs to off.
I've set the upstairs to off.
All right, we set the upstairs to off. It was like 81 degrees in here when I started doing the show, and I put on the air conditioning. Because I didn't want to be 81 degrees while I was doing the show. Let me see if I can get back over to the...
Lane Pilot says, did you voice act before you went blind?
I mean, yeah. Whoa, stop. Whoa, there's a lot going on all at once. I got into voice acting while I was losing my eyesight. I had to, I can't move that too far. It's going to fall over. Yeah, that was kind of that was part of the problem. I'll go on. This thing's like...
At Master Joe Bone says astronaut story is the top seller.
Thank you. I like that
At
one.
Sarah Cam 7808 says, hate to hear she was sick, excited for you for your new place.
Hold on.
At Maki 007 says, I don't have a question. Just wanted to sit back and listen to Pete. I do want to say
Nice.
you are amazing, Pete.
At law_may_y_query_CISA tip $3 through super chat.
You're very
Are you a
generous.
Samsung or iPhone guy?
I'm
Answer in VO.
answering VO. Oh, my voice getting tired. All right. I use iPhone. The thing is, I'm mostly a PC guy. All of the computers, and there's many of them in this studio. I've got one for streaming. I've got one for editing. I've got one for video editing. I've got one for recording. I got boatloads of computers in here. I've got one just for backup purposes. So I'm totally a PC guy. I learned how to use a PC when I was very young. I learned how to operate the text-to-speech on it when I was very young. But I was doing a speaking engagement at where the heck was I? I think I was at the Carroll Center in the Boston area. It was a blind school, and to that point, I'd been trying to like blow up the font on my phone, and it was too small, and I couldn't see it. This ties into the other question that people were asking me, did I do voice acting before I went blind? I could never see at the speed that I needed to read. I was never able to look at the words and read them at a normal pace. I'd have to look at it and be like, this weekend on Fox. Like it took me forever but I could see it at a certain point in my career, and I'd get through it, and I'd kind of try and memorize it. And I was realizing, like, as I was losing my eyesight, I'm like, oh, this is going to be difficult. I'm trying to get into a profession where I need to read copy for a living. And I can't read copy anymore. So that's, then I started working on the ear prompter system where I put it in a robot voice in my ear. But to tie that back into La Matea's question, I was very first introduced to an iPhone by a fully blind worker at the Carroll Center, and he showed me that he was getting like all his texts on text to speech. I'm like, holy crap, that's like way easier than grabbing a magnifying glass and trying to magnify it. And he told me, he told me it was available on iPhone. So while my entire office is full of all PCs and Dells and uh, those kind of computers, my phone has always been an iPhone because I got very used to using the Apple assistive technology, and that's what I've been using ever since. Did I lose? No, there it is, right over there. Um, Hold on. Yeah, I just had to turn back on the text to speech. Good questions tonight, by the way. I appreciate you guys.
At SarahCam 7808 says 1 TB. Nice, you could live the foldables being visually impaired. At Joni BC says
what up,
Daisy.
Joni?
There are videos that cover that topic.
Daisy, Daisy. I was going to ask you guys, like, is it? Well, there's videos that cover every topic. That's the thing at this point. After doing 6.5 years of video, I feel like I have answered every question, but sometimes I get tired of answering the same ones again, and then sometimes I remember like not everybody has seen every video. But a lot of times, people like in the comment section be like, "How'd you lose your eyesight?" I'm like, I don't want to answer that in the comments section. Like to drop like one sentence doesn't do enough, and then like if I try and explain it in 2 paragraphs, like that's not enough. Um, so that's why I make the videos. And I keep sidetrack. Oh, I've been meaning to ask you guys, would you? I'm curious as to whether or not like you like the fact, like someone before was like that robot voice is driving me crazy. Um, some people have been like, you should put the robot voice just in your ear and respond to the questions that are coming in through your ear. Like if only I was hearing something and you guys weren't, and I kept getting distracted, I might think you were constantly, or you might think that I was like constantly having like a seizure or something. So I do try and put the comments up on the screen and have them read at the same time. What did I?
It's sad that life just ruins people. At Alex Rayleigh 19. It's sad that Daisy Duchess.
Whoa,
At Alex Rayleigh 1987.
why is whenever I touch the screen, it has like a complete
It's sad that life
hissy
just
fit.
ruins people's lives, but it does make you who you are. It's sad that life
Life
just ruins people's
does
lives, but it does make
ruin
you who you are.
people's lives. Yeah, life ruins your life. Yeah, but like if I would you prefer not hearing the text to speech stuff, reading it out loud, and me just trying to react? Or do you
At
guys
Charlie Rune B8K says, do you like sharks? If so,
No.
what's your favorite shark?
I don't
Mine
like
is black
sharks.
tip reef sharks personally.
Whichever shark leaves me alone, I guess I'm
At
good with.
Lamajaya Y Curry Sissa says it was on sale. I would have never bought it otherwise. It was on sale from $18.99 to $15.49. I spent a bit more on case and screen protector. Sarah.
It's talking
At
about whatever phone that she's got, I
7808
guess.
says robot voice is an interesting addition.
Yeah, I
At Blue
mean,
Collar Stamina says hi blind surfer.
hi, what's going on? Yeah, I
At
never.
Sertsage says, I like the transparency of hearing the TTS. It helps
Okay.
me know what you're replying to in the chat.
Yeah, I mean,
At HS Hype says yes, keep it where we can hear.
okay, that's good. All right, so,
Magoo says I like hearing the voice.
okay, so that's a bunch of votes for hearing the voice. Part of me kind of wishes that the voice was better. I mean, there are better voices
At Joey
out there,
BC says
but
Pete, listen to the voice aloud. Most of us don't mind.
okay, that's good to know. There's better voices available, but the system I'm using, I'm trying to make it as stable as possible, and this is a Microsoft Edge voice, I think, which is a very stable voice. And I mean, I don't know if it would help if it even sounded better. It's still a robot voice, but this whole thing, like I've been dying for years. I'm posting these shorts and just getting like little snippets of information out there and telling short little stories. And when I wanted to do the live, I was like, well, the reason I want to do live is I want to connect with people. I want to talk to them. I want to hear what's going on. I want to answer and respond to them and stuff. And I can't read the stupid screen, so it was a big thing for me to figure out how to set this whole system up. And it's so what you're
That answers
looking
their
at.
question?
It's actually this. There's an iPhone right here. It's literally the iPhone that is right here is being
At
run into
Lamatea
the
Y
computer.
Curry Sissa says I wish you could put her in like an Australian voice.
Um,
At
th-
SarahCam
I have no
7808 says nice, got my Fold 7 for about $1,000. May have fallen off the back of a truck though.
$1,000
At Blue
for
Collar
a
Stamina
smartphone.
says what do you do to a bad cow? You ground it.
You ground it. Oh, that's brutal. Grounding the cow. Ground chuck. Ground beef. Ground beef fresh
At
from
Joni
the
BC
farm.
says Alex. Of course, but his focus is on teaching people what it's like for him to be blind.
I mean,
At Syntax Shift Page
yeah,
1R says
it's
what the
about
new
right.
iOS update you can put your own voice as the voice.
yeah, I wouldn't. I don't want to do that. Like, but not this system. Oh, the system that you're looking at. This is a self-contained system right here. It's called Caster Labs Caffeinated, and I cannot choose it's pulling the voice it was designed from the ground up for me to so I could hear the messages from you guys. God, that's going slow. What is it?
Yahoo Mail. Now, Lee Thurman. I would like to be serious. I don't like self-promotion.
All right, that's I feel like I just got a message from LT that he's probably trying to give me doesn't want to have read on the air, but at least he knows the email address, blindsurfershow@yahoo.com. That poor person that was trying to send me a message before and couldn't get it through, they sent it to blindsurfershow@gmail.com, which is not a message. So yeah, the whole thing was designed for me from the ground
HS
up.
Hype says bro can play Minecraft without turning on the monitor lol.
Can I? I
Present
never
Heard
tried
says,
playing
yeah,
Minecraft.
hearing question is better than you answering questions which we did not hear.
All right, I just kind of I figured.
Y Curry Sissa says damn off the back of a truck how TF did you do that?
I thought people with their eyeballs
At
would like
Ringer
to see the.
4978 says Sarah I need to send Pete something and have zero clue what to send. Maybe a University of TN Vols t-shirt or sweatshirt.
Haha, now I know what it is. Ha ha ha, I've ruined the surprise. Oh, speaking of t-shirts, can you guys see the shirt I'm wearing? Hold on, let me move the microphone forward. See that? Wheels on a couch. So this is a custom shirt. I had this made up. So the couch that used to be here, used to be in this room. We were about to get rid of it because there was really nowhere to put it. But I love that damn couch. It was super comfortable. It just didn't fit the three of us. It was kind of losing some of its support, but it's so comfy you can like just like melt into the thing. So we had it sitting in the loft in the room over there for like a couple of days. And I realized I'm like, if I could push this out of the way. The thing with that room is it's the theater room. The loft doubles as the theater room. And when we entertain or do Super Bowl party or something like that, like you either want to open the room up or you want to like angle the couch so that people with their fancy working eyes can like see the screen and stuff. And I decided, I was like, I can't lift this heavy couch up every time we do something at the house and change the whole configuration. So what if I put wheels on the couch? And I ordered these really heavy duty wheels online that were meant for like moving around garage equipment. It was like 2,500 pound max capacity caster wheels with locking mechanisms on them and everything. And I flipped the couch over and I took off the feet were on there and I replaced them with the caster wheels. And I showed it to Banana. I let her come up and sit in the couch, and I was wheeling her around the whole loft theater area. I'm like, look at this. We could totally reconfigure the whole room and still keep the couch. And she's like, all right, you can keep the couch. And she admitted it was pretty fun. So that's why I had the shirt made up right here. Wheels on a couch. And that's the couch. That's the actual couch that's on this shirt right here. Oh, the things I do to entertain myself.
Ask someone.
I've been at it for a while tonight, haven't I?
Angel 420 says sorry about that, had to take a phone call.
I can't believe you guys have been hanging out this.
7808 says Heather off the back of a truck means it may have been resold by an unscrupulous seller LOL.
Yeah, it's
At Alex
an
Rayleigh
old mafia
1987
thing.
says saying without the feel of an image.
Saying without the feel of an image. I don't know what that means. It's 8:41 p.m. I've been on for.
Present heard it says no worries dang.
I no worries with that one.
At Alex
See,
Rayleigh
sometimes I can.
1987 says I've seen many pants without a feel.
That was supposed to say no worries. No worries. I can figure that out. I'm like hanging in here because I actually do when I was doing this a while ago, like a few months ago, every damn show, and I still get nervous. I still get kind of nervous when I go live, but it's a different kind of nervous. Like I used to get nervous because there were always technical issues, but finally the ISP and the streaming people all got together and they figured out how to give me a stable connection. That was the craziest thing. I'm like, I'm not doing anything wrong. I know I'm not. I know I'm making this stuff right. And every damn week it was another problem. And it turns out it wasn't on my end, which was maddening. But every time I'd sit here and I'd hit the go live button and I'd listen to like dink, 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 like all it was like live on YouTube, live on Twitch, live on TikTok, live on Facebook. And then the last one is like setting up the dual output. And it would literally be like dink, 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 error, error, error. And then it would read the error code to me. I'm like, oh my God. And it was like a different error code every week because it was just such a mess. But now that we've got that squared away, knock on wherever there's some wood is in this studio, I don't even know. But now that has been squared away, I still get nervous. Like it's a little nerve wracking, like going online, going live and just being just me and this chicken next to me, talking to you guys. It's a little nerve wracking, but mostly when it's not Tuesday and Wednesday time, I get excited about it. I look forward to it. I'm like, hey, I can't wait to go online and see what kind of questions you guys got and what we're going to talk about and the comments I get and the super chats and the follows and like the follows I said on Twitch tonight got me over 500. Very, very excited about that. Next goal, you got to, it's like you set bigger and bigger goals. Like I wanted to get to 500. Now I want to get to 1,000, which of course is doubling that, which is going to be hard to do. But I think the thing will snowball in the future, but not without you guys, obviously. And God, my mods have been awesome tonight. Joni, Dank, MF Angel, Sarah, you guys hanging out along 2 hours with me tonight. I appreciate that. I will be back tomorrow. I guess, let me see if there's anything I should be responding to in the meantime over on my fancy chat software. It takes a minute I feel like I smell banana cooking. I think banana's cooking something. It smells good. All right. Yeah, it feels like it takes a second when I put it up on the screen. Oh.
Sarah, all I wear is Crocs. I guess I have 50 pairs. Good call. That Joni Beat doesn't ask to help with his clothes unless he's asking Banana to things go together.
She wears Crocs. All right. So tomorrow night, I'll be back. Brooks, I think he's been away for a little while. I'm not entirely sure if he's going to be back tomorrow. I think so. So I'll definitely be here. Brooks may be here. And
At
Banana.
Alex Rayleigh 1987 says, I wish I could donate, but my card got stolen and now trying to retrieve it.
Oh man, I don't think you should try and retrieve it if it got stolen. I feel like you should cancel it and get another one.
7808 says, LOL, I'm not that coordinated, Heather.
I had the same thing happen just last week. My card got compromised, and I was definitely not trying to keep using it. I canceled the damn thing. That is the worst.
Y Curry Sissa says, my brother put his phone on the roof of his car, got in, forgot it, and drove away.
Oh, you know what that smell is?
Angel 400.
You guys can't smell it, obviously. At first, I thought it was food. I think it's a skunk. Superdog he had like a personal war with the skunks in this neighborhood. He had a kill count. He got a bunch of them. Steve, hopefully he's smart enough to run away from them. I don't want him encountering any skunks. I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, I was telling you guys I'm going to be back tomorrow. I'm definitely going to be back tomorrow. And then I think Brooks will be here, which means the chicken gets booted. And then Banana will probably stop by because I got, now I got a more comfortable couch for everybody to sit on. Yeah, I don't think I could do an 8-hour. I don't think I could do an 8-hour stream. My voice. Hey, I'll stick around for that. Let's see who that is. Let's hear who that is.
Pier0_4RK just followed.
Thank you. I appreciate that. See, you guys helping me one subscriber at a time until we get into that pipeline, until the algorithm and Twitch gets all excited, and then the next thing you know, I take over that platform as well. I mean, how fun would that be? And then we could all gather in one place and have one big party. I guess we're doing that now because the chats are consolidated. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. I was saying my voice isn't the kind that can like run for 8 hours straight. All those streamers that go 8 hours a day, I don't know how you do it. But thank you for hanging out with me tonight. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching the surfing, the blind guy taste test, listening. Oh yeah. And I'll make sure to gather up all of the questions that you guys asked tonight that I did not hear in the text-to-speech, and I'll try to answer those tomorrow in the segment that, what do I call it? Snappy answers to stupid questions. Don't forget to hit the bell notifications if you want to know when I'm on YouTube, or you can just follow on Twitch at Pete Gustin, and they'll tell you. My intro went so long that I ran out. Now I'm gonna do the intro. My intro music is now my outro music. All right, you guys got a couple of minutes to say adios to each other in the chat. Should I put maybe I can put this one up so you guys can actually hear yourselves saying adios to each other. I'll turn this down a little bit.
Say bye, Mason.
Say bye, Mason.
At Joni BC says, have a fantastic night.
Have
everyone.
a fantastic night, everyone.
Angel 420 says, night guy, see you tomorrow.
Thanks, Joni. Thanks, Dank.
At Ririmer 4978
Thanks, Riri.
says Sarah.
Thanks, everybody. All right, I'm going to turn this off.
To catch you unboxing that sword.
You guys, yeah, man, if I get a sword, I'll be psyched.
Curry Sissa says, I love y'all.
All right, I'm going to get out of here.
At Alex Rayleigh 1987
It'll be shut off in like 2 minutes. Thanks, everybody.
At Joni BC says, chat with you tomorrow. Angel 420 says, Pete better shake his butt when he leaves. At Hondashita Tree says, hey P. At Ririmer 4978 says, like and sub before you go. At SarahCam 7808 says, bye y'all, behave yourselves. At Hondashita Tree says, or bye P.